This saves Christmas, bitches! Yo! Fears! Audience fears. Back at it again with another live stream. Sprite first. I gave blood today, guys, so they gave me a soda. So I haven't had one in a while. So yeah. Cheers, my dears. Ooh, that tastes good. Alright, guys. Well, I wouldn't say it's been a good day, but it's been an okay day. It's been okay. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I got a lot to talk about, and I went to the community Christmas party today, so it's probably going to be a quick live because Yakov is going live at 10:30 my time, 9:30 his time. So I've got a little time to talk about all this, but I want to try and get it all in. So I'm not rushed. Because if, as you guys can tell by the topics in the title, it says I'm sorry, and I've got a lot of apologies to to throw around to everybody. So and I just want to talk about a couple of things, but first and foremost, I'm going to get all that stuff out of the way. But first of all, let's call old Mr. Lampy, and I have, and he's the first person that I want to apologize to. So let me call Mr. Lampy and apologize to him, and then I'll have him spread the link out, and then I'll get more into it because I don't want to keep. I don't want to have it the entire live, but I owe a bunch of people an apology. And I'll go through one by one, and then we'll get on with the rest of the lives. But I thought I would start with Mr. Lampy first. So yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I said, I had an okay day today. So yeah, but I wouldn't say it was a good day, but it was okay. It wasn't the worst day, but it was an alright day. I'm hoping tomorrow will be better. I really hope so. But yeah, I was almost kind of afraid to do this live, but I have to do this live. I have to make things right. So I'm gonna start with Mr. Lampy. So yeah, all right. Let me call Mr. Lampy, get his spirits up. I'm going to talk to him for a little bit. Yo! Banjo, what's up? What's up, Banjo? Where's Rebecca? Where is she? Where's Rebecca, Lantern? Banjo? Banjo, can I talk to Lantern real quick? All right, thanks, Banjo. Thanks, buddy. Yo, what's up, twin? What's going on, twin? What's up, twin? Lantern, where the hell is Rebecca? Where is she? Hello? Rebecca? Rebecca? Rebecca, do you think I'm hot? Am I hot? But who's hotter? Is Larry hotter? Or am I hotter? Or is Visions hotter?
Visions hotter.
I'm hotter? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been chasing after Larry and Visions for quite a long time. Rebecca, what do you want for Christmas?
Visions.
Well, you just said I was hotter, though. So you want Visions.
Yeah.
So you want Visions. See, now it's all coming out. So you want Visions. Rebecca, how bad do you want visions?
Very bad.
All right. All right. Rebecca, do you mind if I talk to Lantern?
Yes, I hear it. What's up?
What's up? What's up? Hey, Lantern. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Larry! Shut up, Mom. Let me smoke my cigarettes in peace. Mom, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Don't interrupt me while I'm smoking my cigarettes. Shut up, Larry.
Yeah, Larry. You'll be put out, Larry.
Yeah. I want to smoke my cigarettes, Mom.
Okay, Larry.
Yeah. I don't care if they taste taste bad, Mom. You shut up before I put you in your cage, Mom. Anyway, Lantern, we always have fun together, right, buddy?
Yeah.
We're good buddies. Now, Lantern, I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology, buddy. I thought I would start with a joke, Lantern, and then I thought I would apologize. Lantern, so I got upset on your live. Lantern, you had nothing to do with it, all right? So, Lantern, yeah. I'm not mad at you, but people are really upset that I made you take down your lives. But you understand why I asked you to, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand, though, Lantern?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want a video of my mom and me kissing, and then there was a lot of, like, crazy things that they were saying about my family, like when you and Yakov were playing Jack in the Box. I know Yakov had nothing to do with it. It was other people saying it, but...
Oh, yeah.
But, so I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming Yakov. But that's the reason why I wanted it down, buddy. But even still, I know it's your channel, and so I just wanted to say I'm sorry, Lantern, and I'm sorry how things went down, and I wasn't mad at you. I was just really upset about what Pixel did, okay? But, and then I got really mad, and I called Jen and Kate a bitch, which whenever I open the live, I'm going to apologize to them, and I've tried to talk to Pixel, but I guess I bugged him too much, and he blocked me on the Discord, and he blocked me on Instagram, so I'm going to give him some time, and I thought it would be a good gesture if I apologized to him first. Maybe he'll come around and talk to me then, because I went a little bit too far, and I called him a fat fuck, and that's not good, you know? So, do you accept my apology, buddy? Lantern? Do you accept my apology, Lantern?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, Lantern, remember, I'm sending you a Christmas gift, buddy. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I already sent it. It's on the way, Lantern. I already sent it. So.
No, I got it yet, though.
You will, though. Lantern, you will get it. I don't know how long it'll take. Usually, whenever I send a gift home to my mom, because there's a couple states in between Florida and Missouri, usually it takes anywhere from like 6 to 7 days. And since you live farther away from Missouri, it'll probably take maybe 7 to 8 days. So don't worry, it's on the way, buddy. You'll get it. But yeah, Lantern, I really am sorry, and Lantern, I am honored to be your friend. You make everybody laugh. You make everybody happy, and I didn't want all that stuff to go down, but Pixel said some few things he shouldn't have. We were both to blame. I said some things I shouldn't have. I really need to work on my anger, but I mean, you understand why I got that mad, right? The Lantern, if you don't know, I'll explain. The reason why I got so mad is, Lantern, you know I used to lie a lot, you know, when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to lie anymore, and then everyone has this rep about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the right word. Everyone has this rep about me, like, Fears is nice sometimes and he's bad. And how are you supposed to change that rep if people are lying about you, saying, oh, I kicked somebody off the show, which I did not, you know.
Yeah.
I did not kick anyone off the show. And then I didn't buy his whole story. Oh, nobody heard it. I was like, Lantern, that's a bunch of crap. If you have ears that actually work and you have eyes and you're watching the stream, everyone heard it, Lantern. Yeah. I mean, unless you're blind or unless you're deaf, which nobody is in the community, if you're watching the screen, you can hear every word that people say.
Yeah.
And I was like, some trolls will believe that stuff, and then they'll be like, oh, wow, Fears is a jerk, and why did he kick Pixel off the panel? You know? Yeah. That's what I got really mad about. Well, I got mad a little bit. I got even more mad when he showed that video. And he knows that was in bad taste. You know, because I know Pixel didn't make it, but somebody made it, Lantern. I don't know who. It was some troll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know who made it, but you wouldn't want to see your mom or your aunt or your uncle like making out with you. You know, that was horrible. So yeah. So I just wanted to make sure. Are you bummed that you took those 2 videos down? Because if you are, Lantern, I'm really sorry, buddy. I really am.
Was you gonna strike my channel if I didn't delete it?
No. I wasn't gonna strike your channel. See, that's what everyone. That was a big misconception. So if you watch the video back, Lantern,
Yeah.
I never threatened you. Remember I wrote you last night and asked you very nicely, like, "Hey, Lantern, can you take the video down?" So I just want everybody to know I didn't, Lantern. I never threatened you. I never threatened your channel. When I got really mad, if someone has a copy of that video, about middle way, I threatened to take down Pixel's channel, but not yours. Lantern, I would never take your channel down. I didn't strike your channel, Lantern. I didn't give you a copyright strike. I didn't do any of that. Okay.
Okay.
So you should be safe. I just asked you to take those 2 videos down. So I hope that clears that up. I threatened to take Pixel's channel down, which I won't. I said it in the heat of the moment. Do you know what that means? In the heat of the moment means you say stuff when you're angry, but you don't really mean it. You know? Does that make sense, Lantern?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just said something because I was angry, but I promise you, Lantern, I never said that I would take your channel down or give you a strike or any of that stuff. I did threaten to take down Pixel's channel, which I won't, because that won't solve anything. But a lot of people were confused about that, and I said, I promise you I would never threaten Lantern. I didn't threaten you, Lantern. Remember, I just asked you very nicely, hey, Lantern, I don't want those videos up because they got me and my mom making out when I didn't. That was a fake video. So, yeah. So, well, I'm glad you're not mad at me, buddy, because the last thing I want to do, Lantern, is have a bunch of drama, and the last thing, you're a good friend, is for you to be mad at me, you know? So Lantern, I will say this. I'll probably it's good that I just take a break from being on your show, buddy. Let everybody cool down. I don't think I'll come on the show for maybe 3 weeks to a month, buddy, and then I'll come back. I won't be gone forever though, Lantern, because I know you love having me on the show, but I think it's best if I just kind of chill in the chat and watch, because I want everybody to cool down. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You seem sad. Are you okay? You all right, Lantern?
I don't know.
Lantern, are you fake crying or are you being for real? I knew it, Lantern. Lantern, don't do that. You're trolling, Peter. You're trolling. Well, Lantern, I was apologizing. I was being heartfelt. I was like, I don't want you to cry, buddy. So we're all good, though, right, Lantern? We're all good, Lantern? Lantern?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You can't keep a good guy down, Lantern. Lantern, you're a prankster. Lantern, damn.
Yeah.
Pew.
Ew.
I just farted, Lantern. It was a sneaky one.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
That was loud, Lantern.
Yeah.
Shit. Hell fucking yeah, Lantern. Lantern, you been eating those fucking beans again and shit?
Yeah.
I knew it. Eat those. I mean, that hamburger helper with all that fucking beans and shit in it, man, will give you gas up your ass,
Yeah.
All right, Lantern, we'll spread that link. I'm glad that we're cool, buddy, and I promise I'll try not to ask you anymore to take some videos down, all right? Hopefully that'll be the last time, Lantern. So, because I shouldn't have. What's up?
They're probably gonna do it again, though. My stream might go live again.
Well, I hope not, Lantern. I hope not. Like, I think everybody just needs to calm down and chill. And I mean, a lot of mistakes were made on both sides. Like, even Pixel admitted that he shouldn't have played that video. And I wasn't having a good day. And I just wish Pixel would have dropped it. But, we all know what happened. So, I'm just going to give him some space, Lantern, because he blocked me, on Discord and Instagram. So whenever he's ready to talk, I'll be ready to talk. And you're my first apology, though, because I got really mad at Jen, and I got really mad at Kate. And then Yakov really didn't make me mad, but I blew his fucking his Discord message up because I needed some advice, and he was getting pissed. So I'm gonna apologize to Yakov and the rest of the community. So yeah. But yeah. All right, buddy. But we're still good. We're still buddies.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Cool, buddy. And again, I'm sorry. I really am sorry, Lantern. And I hope you have a good Christmas, buddy. I cannot wait to see your face when you get the gems I sent you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Lantern. I'll see you later. Shunk.
Okay. Shunk.
Well, that's good. That's good. Lantern had me worried though there for a minute. Like he started to like fake cry, and I was like, "Is Lantern pranking me?" I was like, "Is Lantern pranking me?" I was like, "I hope he's not crying." I was like, and then I heard a little giggle, and I was like, "All right." I'm like, "Lantern's cool." I'm like, "Lantern's back to normal." But he had me worried there, for a little bit, So, all right. Well, let me open up the chat, and then I'm gonna go into more of my apologies, and then we'll get on with the. So, all right. So Lantern's gonna pass out the link. So that was very heartfelt. I meant every word of that. So I am really sorry for Lantern, but I'm sorry about the miscommunication. I never once threatened Lantern. I never once threatened to take his channel down. I never once threatened. I asked Lantern very politely, "Can you take those videos down?" But if somebody has a copy of that video, who I did say I was going to take a channel down, I said, "Pixel," I said, "I'm going to nuke your channel." I said, "Pixel, I'm taking your channel down." So I threatened Pixel. Now, am I really going to take Pixel's channel down? No. I'm not going to take his channel down. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. So I hope that clears that up, because I hate when people, spread rumors and stuff about me. That's another reason why I blew up, is I'm trying to get this bad rep to go away and have the new fears here, the positive fears, no more lying, everybody's getting along, because I want everybody to get along. So, yeah. By the way, I gave blood. We'll have this on for 4 hours before it stops bleeding, because I just checked before the live and it's still bleeding, so it should go away in about 4 hours. So, today's topics are, I'm going to review giving blood, and then the actual experience, and then I watched The Grinch. So yeah, and then I also watched the documentary on making animation and bringing the Grinch to life. So that's on my movie app, so that was cool. So this was already on my movie app, but the documentary wasn't, so I put the documentary on. And then tonight's watches, they have something called, where is it? There's 2 more episodes. There's The Grinch's Halloween, so I'm going to watch that tonight. And I didn't get to watch that last year. And then there's another one called The Grinch's Grinch. I'm sorry, The Grinch Grinches. So I think that's like a sequel to How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I looked it up, so I'm going to watch that one, and I'm going to try to review both of those tomorrow. So, yeah. Or in the following days, because I still have to review this. So, yeah. Alrighty. So then there's that, and then I'm going to do the top 10 presents that I ever got in my life so far, and then I'm going to say hi. I want to say hi, catch up with the chat, and then I'm going to say my sorry to everybody else. So, yeah. Or actually, I'll probably read the chat first, and then I'll say sorry to everybody else. And, yeah. And I'm not just, I saw that video, that Fears Guys blog guy said, if you don't apologize, Fears, then this is going up by, I know some people will believe me, I'm just doing it because of that. It's not. I felt bad for calling Pixel a fat fuck. I felt bad for calling Kate and Jen a bitch. So I thought, well, maybe if I apologize first, then maybe Pixel will unblock me, because I do want to talk to him in a private chat by ourselves. And he does owe me an apology, because everyone thought that him playing that video was disgusting and that was crossing a line. But I don't want to do it live on Lantern's show. I just want Pixel to call me and we have a private conversation. And normally I don't beat around the bush. I will admit he was kind of beating around the bush. I asked him 12 times, and every time I asked him, when is a good time to talk, I never got a response back. So I guess he thought I was bothering him. I would say it, I'd wait a few hours, I would try again, because I was like, I want this to be resolved. And I never got a response, and I was like, dude, it takes 5 minutes to talk to someone, but, you know, I guess he felt pressured, so whenever he's ready to talk, I'm ready to listen and talk to him, and then hopefully we can resolve all this, because, you know, I don't want this to keep going on. I don't want to be blocked. I do like having Pixel as a friend. I think he's a nice guy. I just think he needs to be serious at some point in his life. You can't always be joking around. There's some aspects of life where you have to be serious. And I just wanted to talk to him seriously without any jokes and be like, hey man, that was the wrong time, the wrong place to play that video. It was the wrong time, the wrong place to make that comment. Because some people will actually believe it, because in the past I've told people, hey, get him off the fucking live. Get him off the fucking live. And I never once did that to Pixel. And everyone holds me accountable. Every time I do something wrong, I hate to say it, this is the truth. And I don't care if anyone gets mad. This is the truth. What I've noticed, everybody holds me accountable, but nobody holds anybody else accountable. Pixel should be held accountable. He lied. I did not tell him to get off the show. I slept through the entire show. Or practically. There was only like, what, an hour or two left. I woke up and I felt bummed. I was like, oh shit, I missed all of Lantern's show. Damn it. Then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh shit, the live's still going on. And I saw Pixel on there, right? And so then I said, oh man, Pixel never comes on. So I ran to the restroom, threw water on my face. And then as I was trying to come in, he said the comment where he's like, well, I got to get off. Fierce is blowing me up, saying that, like, I got to get the fuck off the show. And I was like, I never said that. So that kind of triggered me. And I was like, how am I supposed to have this bad rep go away if people are lying about me? And again, I don't believe the stupid story. Well, we didn't hear it. Everybody heard it. Everybody's got eyes. They're watching the stream. They can hear. Everyone heard it. And you're not going to get me to believe otherwise. Everybody heard it. Everybody saw it. And he lied, technically. And I'm not trying to pull strings or anything like that. He did. He lied. Give me 1 second. So, but I don't care that he lied now because it's over and done with. That got me a little bad. What really got me mad is when he played that video, because then he wanted to out-top me. You know, he said, oh, well, I got to push it a lot further. And that's what he does. He loves to get me mad. He's even admitted it. And he knew that that was not right. He's a full-grown man. He knew, oh, if I play this video, even though I didn't make it, that'll really piss Fears off. And I didn't appreciate that. I'm like, so there's no respect anywhere. You know? And I have respect for Pixel, but I wish people would have more respect for me and my family. He knows that's fully wrong, and I deserve an apology. And he said he already apologized. I did not see his apology in our messages. I was so pissed off that I don't want him to just write it. I want to have him in a call. And that's all I want. I just want him to say, Fears, I'm sorry, I messed up. I apologize to you and your family. That's all I want. And then it'll be over. You know? And I don't think that's much a request. As soon as I open up the chat, I'm going to apologize to him for calling him a fat fuck. Because that was way over the line, too. But I'm going to apologize to Jen and to Kate. I'm going to catch up with the chat and say hello to everybody. Or you know what? I think I'll just do it now. Because I want to get rid of this topic now. And get through all this. And because I've already talked about this topic. So I might as well just finish this topic and then move on. So, before I open up the chat, I'll just get all the apologies out of the way. So, I know I fucked up. Pixel knows he fucks up. Or he fucked up. I probably did bug him too much. But I meant it in good faith. So, Pixel, if you're watching this, because he didn't block me on YouTube. He just blocked me on Discord and Instagram. He could have been busy. You know, he does, I'm sure he does work. I tried today, I tried yesterday, and he sent me one or two messages saying, hey man, I I can't do it right now. Again, this is where I got really annoyed. I'm like, okay, you can't do it now. Every single time I asked, okay, if you can't do it now, when are you available? It takes 2 minutes. Oh, I'm available here. We can talk here. But he kept stringing me along. I'm like, okay, well then when are you available, dude? I just want to have 5 minutes uninterrupted. Talk about what I did wrong, what you did wrong. You say sorry, I say sorry, and then we'll squash it, you know? So I didn't think that was asking that much. But if he's busy, he's busy. So then I didn't hear back. I had Dave write him. Because I was like, I'm not the person that beats around the bush. I want to settle it, I want to solve the problem, and I want to move forward. That's me. But apparently I have to wait until Pixel's ready to talk, which is fine. But I just want to get this over and done with. So, but I will admit when I'm wrong. So Pixel, even though you started this, because it's undeniable, you started it, but I will admit when I'm wrong. I should have never called you a fat fuck. I called you a fat fuck. I called you a monster. I called you a fat fuck monster. And I am sorry because that was pushing it way over the edge. So I really am sorry for calling you a fat fuck. I'm sorry for calling you a monster. And I called you a lot of stuff in the Discord. Excuse me. Stuff so horrible that I don't even want to mention. I was like, fuck you, I hope you fucking die, I hope you get fucking hit by a bus. I mean, I was going nuts in the Discord chat. Not today, but last night. Last night and the night before when it actually happened. I mean, I was sending in paragraphs. Fuck you, like, let's fight you, motherfucker. I mean, I was going nuts. So, I don't remember everything that I said to you, Pixel, because I erased all those messages, but for all the crazy messages I sent you yesterday and the day before, I apologize for that. But the big one was you fat fuck monster and you fat fuck. So I apologize for all the messages that I sent you, and I apologize for calling you those two names because I'm sure that hit him pretty hard. And Jen was saying, well, Fierce, usually he trolls other people. He's not used to being trolled. He said, because she said, you trolled him for 2.5 hours. She goes, and me watching, she said, that was fucking brutal. And I'm like, I'm sure it was brutal. I'm like, what he did to me and to my mom was absolutely, like, so bad, you know? So, but I don't care who started it, what all that crap. I just want to apologize, admit that I was wrong. Hopefully he'll admit that he's wrong whenever he unblocks me or whenever he's ready to talk. So I'm ready to talk whenever you are, Pixel. But I do apologize for calling you all those horrible names and for sending you all those horrible messages. So yeah. So Jen and Kate kind of got caught in the crossfire. So did Yakov a little bit. I didn't call Yakov any bad names. I just blew up his phone because I was asking for advice and I was like, people are driving me nuts. I'm like, you know, people are sending me pizzas. Literally this week was one of the worst weeks of my entire life. I did a live the other day. Someone called 300 times, and then I got a pizza sent to my house from Monday to Friday. I don't know who did it, and I'm getting my number changed very soon. Like, very soon. And so it all came crashing down this week. It was one of the worst weeks of my fucking life. So it was a mixture of people trolling me, the fucking pizzas every single day. I swear on my life, I got a pizza sent every fucking day. I don't know who, but it was somebody. Whether it was online, offline, it happened. I'm not kidding. And if you think I'm kidding, call Zach, call Dave, and ask them, because I was like at my breaking point. I was like, they just will not leave me alone. No one will leave me alone. And then it got even worse with the whole video, and then Pixel pissing me off, and then it just came all crashing down, and I was like, I was so enraged, I was so pissed, that I almost went over here and punched that fucking window. I'm not kidding. I was so pissed off. It took me a good, I'd say 2 hours to calm down the night it actually happened. I almost didn't go to work that night. I was so pissed off, because it should have never happened. He should have never made that comment, and then he sure as hell shouldn't have played that video. So, yeah. Anyway, because all that happened, I'll start in chronological order. Kate wanted to make sure I was all right. Jen wanted to make sure I was right. Whenever I'm mad, I've told Kate 1,000 times, when I'm mad, I don't want to talk to anyone. I get it. She's sweet. She wanted to make sure I was okay because I definitely was not okay. But when someone talks to me when I'm mad, it's a lot better for me to calm down and cool off and then talk to someone. She wanted to talk right after it happened, and I was already enraged, and I called her a bitch, and I called Jen a bitch, not just once, multiple times, and I felt bad. And at first I wasn't going to apologize, and then I was like, well, no, you don't treat a lady like that, so I better apologize. And that's like the worst thing that you can call a lady is a bitch. So I owned up to it. I'm sorry. I should have never called you guys a bitch. You know, Kate, I'm sorry. Jen, I'm sorry. And again, I didn't really call Yakov any names, but I messaged him a lot for advice, and then I was blowing up his fucking phone. I mean, I was blowing it up. I blew up Dave's, I blew up Zach's, because it came all crashing down. I was like, they just will not leave me alone. I'm like, and it was coming from all angles. It was coming from here, there, I mean, fucking everywhere. And I was just like, dude, this is nuts. I'm like, and the thing is I'm no one special. I'm not Adam Pacitti. I never will be Adam Pacitti. I'm just using Adam Pacitti as a example because he's like the most famous person that we all know. I'll never be Adam Pacitti with all those subs. I'll never be Adam the Woo. I'll never be Casey Neistat. And if I ever was, and at one point I did want to be as famous as them. No, I do not now, because if I think I get it bad now, just think if I had 12.5 million like Casey Neistat does. So yeah. So yeah. So I just wish trolls would realize that I'm not perfect, and I just wish people would cut me some slack, because no one ever cuts me any slack. And I just hate it. And Zach even said this, Dave said it, and I've said it. Have you guys ever noticed they hold me accountable for every bad thing I do, every lie I do, but everyone else does not get held accountable. And literally Zach asked, he said, well, Fierce, are they going to hold Pixel accountable for the video that he sent? I said, well, not everybody, but some people thought it was in bad taste. But I said, I know Jen said that that she scolded him, but I said, I think that's about it. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I hope everybody wrote and told him, hey, that's not cool, man, because it wasn't. And I know he didn't make it, but whoever made that video of me and my mother making out, you got serious issues. That is disgusting. It's disgusting. Now, I love my mom. I've kissed my mom on the cheek. That's perfectly fine. I've given my mom a hug because she's my mom and I love her. And my mom's kissed me on the cheek and I've kissed my mom on the cheek. But I would never make out with my mom like that. And it was horrible. It was disgusting. I was just like, why do I deserve all this shit? I'm like, I just want to make people laugh. I want to make good content. I'm just a nerd. I'm nobody. I'm just a nerd from St. Louis, Missouri that just wants to make funny videos and make people laugh and have fun. That's it. That's all I've ever wanted to do, you know? Really, the only other thing I want to do with my life is get a better job, actually find a nice, good Christian woman, and then I'd like to have a son or a daughter or both, leave my mark on the world, and then whenever it's time for me to check out and die, then that's it, you know? I just wish Pixel's always been like that. He's always been like half my friend and half a troll. I just wish that he could be serious. And I've tried to explain it to him. I don't mind joking, but not everything's a joke. You have to be serious sometimes in your life. And that is one of those reasons. I was like, people's going to believe that. I said, people will believe, not everybody, but people will believe, oh, Fears has kicked people off a panel before. So I hope you guys understand where I was coming from. That's why I was like, why is he saying that? I'm like, people's going to believe that I actually kicked him off a show when I didn't actually kick him off a show. I ran to the bathroom, threw water on my face because me and Pixel are friends, and I said to myself, oh, he barely comes on a panel, so I'm going to throw water on my face, look presentable because I was sleeping on my ass off, and I forgot to set my alarm clock. I thought, oh, fuck, I almost missed the entire... I said, oh, I'll throw water on my face, I'll go in there, I'll say hi to Pixel before he takes off, and then everything will be cool, and then I was going to, like, chill with everybody else, and then as I was coming in, I heard that out, and I got mad, and I know that I handled it wrongly, I really did, but what was going through my mind is, some trolls are going to believe that because in the past, I've said, hey, Lantern, get this guy off the show, hey, kick him off the show, and I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I really don't. So that was my logic. I was like, people are going to believe that when I didn't do that. Whether he was joking around or not, it just wasn't good timing. I was already in a bad mood. I had a horrible day that day. And I was actually looking forward to going on the Lantern show to brighten up my day. Because Lantern brightens up everybody's day. He does. Lantern's hilarious. And then it just didn't happen. And then it just got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse. And I was like, oh, I'm like, this sucks. So yeah, this has been literally the week of hell. And some people laugh, but I'm telling you guys, and I'm saying this straight up from the heart, if any one of you guys would be me for a day and see what I go through, nobody wants a pizza delivered to their house every single day. And I hate that they do that. Thank God it hasn't happened in a while. I hope it never happens again. Knocking on wood, because it doesn't really affect me, except I have to get up every time and, you know, and tell them I'm sorry they wasted your time. But they're fucking with people's jobs. Because I've asked every single time I go out there, I ask people, do you have to pay for your gas money, or does the company that you work for like cover the gas? And I feel horrible. And some people, it's been 50-50. Some people are like, oh, no, like, they cover my gas, bro, so don't worry about it. Like, I don't care about a prank. I'm like, okay. I'm like, other people are like, no, I'm pissed. Like, I'm using my hard-earned money, and I have to fill up my tank, and then I work on my tips, and then I get my normal salary when I get back to the pizza parlor. And I'm like, oh, damn. I'm like, well, now they just wasted your gas. They wasted your time. Then they wasted that product of that pizza, because I said, I've only bought 3 pizzas when it first happened. So I said, what do you guys do with the product? I said, do you just throw it away? And they said, well, sometimes, yeah, we throw it away. They said, sometimes we give it to someone on the staff. Like, they're like, hey, is anyone hungry? Does anyone want this? And they said, sometimes someone eats it. They said, or sometimes we take all the extra pizza and we have someone drive to a homeless shelter and give it to the pizza. I said, if they ever prank me again, just give it to someone working on your staff. I said, or give it to a homeless person. I said, if they ever prank me again, I'm like, don't throw it in the dumpster. I'm like, because then I'll feel extra horrible. I'm like, give it to a homeless person. Give it to someone on your staff to eat. I'm like, I don't want it to go to waste just because someone's pranking me. So, yeah. So, I just hope all this... it was the worst week ever. So, I feel bad for everybody. Because you guys know, normally when I'm happy-go-lucky Fears, that is the best version of Fears. I love it when everyone's getting along. I love chilling out on the panel. Whether it's a bunch of people on a panel, whether it's on my panel, Zach's panel, whoever. Whether I'm doing a lonely show like this and I'm just talking with you guys and having fun and chilling and we're having fun and we're laughing away, you know, and we're, you know, we're doing the topics and we're interacting with, you know, with the fans. It's great. And you guys can tell that I'm not mad anymore. I calmed down. It took me a while to calm down, but I'm calmed down. I did a live. I had a better day today. It wasn't a super good day, but it was a better day. I had a great brunch with Dave. Dave said, Fears, you need to hang out. You want me to come over and hang out? And I said, yes. So Dave came over. I kind of updated what happened throughout the whole week. And he said, well, I know some of it, Fears. Update me on the rest. And I said, okay. So I updated him. And then he's like, so I updated him over the phone. He said, you want me to come over? You need a friend hangout. I said, I can hang out for a bit. I said, because I'm going to my apartment complex's Christmas party. And I said, I always get footage of that. So that was fun too. it got rained out, so I only was there for an hour or two, but I got enough footage to cover the party. I went to all the vendors, and I'll tell you guys in a minute what I did. So Dave came over. We went to Denny's, and Dave had to go to a store, so I went with him. Dave had to do something at a store. We took care of that, and then we went to Denny's, and he said, don't worry, Fierce, things will get better. And I was like, well, if I'm being honest, buddy, they can't get much worse. And then Dave said, are you sure about that, Fierce? I said, I'm joking, Dave. I said, I know it can always get worse. What I was saying is I hope it doesn't get worse, is what I'm trying to say. I said, I hope everything just chills out for a good long while or forever. So, yeah. And then we came back from Denny's, and then we chilled here for a little while. And then I said, all right, Dave, I'm going to let you go. I said, and I'm being honest, once Dave left, I said, I'm going to try to contact Pixel again. So I think he blocked me while I was at the Christmas party because I tried him before. And I said, well, I can't get a hold of him. I said, I guess I'll call him tomorrow and try to talk to him tomorrow because I really wanted to talk to him before the Christmas party, but I couldn't get a hold of him, so I guess Dave left. I tried to call him once more. He wouldn't pick up, so I said, okay. I said, well, I'm just going to have to call him tomorrow or the next day. I took a shower, and I put on some nice clothes. I went to the party, and then there was like 10 to 20 vendors. It was already starting to sprinkle, so really the rain kind of ruined the party. It was supposed to go from 4 to 7, but it started pouring down at like 5:45, 6 o'clock, so they cut it off. So I got there just in time to, they were handing out free donuts. So in the vlog, in the Christmas vlog, you'll see me do a donut taste test. I graded it. I gave it, I believe, a 9.8 out of 10. They made fresh, hot donuts with sprinkles on them. They were really good. Damn good. So I gave that a 9.8. Got a picture with Santa. Got some footage with Santa. And I basically said, Santa, I don't want any gifts. I said, Santa, I want 2 things for Christmas. And Santa was like, all right, lay it on me, Fears. I said, I want my brother to get better, and I want his surgery to go well, and he never has to deal with this ever again. And he goes, okay. He goes, Fears, I can do that. And I said, great. I said, the next thing, I just want all of my friends and my family and the fans to have a great Christmas, a great New Year, and a blessed brand new year in 2026. And he goes, I can do that. He goes, I can definitely do that, Fears. And I went, great. So I didn't ask for anything of me because I always think of you guys first, my friends, my family, my coworkers. I always save me for last. So I literally just said, Santa, I just want my brother to be rid of this thing that he has. I want him to be healthy, and I want his surgery to go well in January because that's when his treatment stops, and that's when they cut him open and take care of the problem. And I hope to God, fingers crossed, he'll be all right. My brother said he should be fine. He goes, everything's looking good. My doctor's giving me updates. My brother's been giving me updates, and I think they caught it in time. And he goes, I'm doing really well. I feel way better. And I'm like, well, that's good. I mean, that's really, 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 really good. Because I don't want to lose another family member. I've already lost my dad. I've already lost my grandma. I've still been going through all that shit, too. That doesn't go away. You know, that's always on my mind, you know. And I get really mad when trolls make it personal, because that's how they know to get me, because I never make fun of their family, you know, and I'm just like, dude, leave my family and leave me alone, please, I'm begging you. And it's the constant, they never leave me alone. They never give me a break. They're always like go, 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 go. It's like, literally like I'm a punching bag, and they keep punching me, so I hope that makes sense. And hell, it wasn't even Larry's fault this time. Larry has been civil. I mean, he's still blocked, and I'll probably unblock him. I'll probably unblock him sometime next year. I don't know when, but probably next year. And it wasn't even Larry's fault. Larry had nothing to do with it for once. But am I still mad at Larry for calling me months and months and months like a nutcase? Yeah. And then I was mad at whoever the other guy was. Trolls always win. I'm like, dude, you're not winning. I'm like, because of you and others, I have to get my number changed at some point. So that's going to happen soon. So, yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys when I actually do it. So, yeah. But it's been hell on earth. And this was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, dude, something has got to change. And I went nuts. I admit it, I went nuts, but for good reason. What Pixel did and what people have done to me, the pizzas and the harassing me on the phone, it's insane. And then last month, someone struck my channel for privacy complaints when that was complete bullshit. That happened last month. And I had to write YouTube and say, how can I invade this person's privacy when I'm the only one in the shot? This person last month struck my channel 2 or 3 times, and every single video he struck was me just sitting here talking to you guys and hanging out. And I'm like, you got to do something, YouTube. I didn't invade anyone's privacy. I'm the only one on the camera. And they said, don't worry, John, we'll take care of it. And I was like, well, this is bullshit. I'm like, you guys got to help me out, you know? So it's been a lot. But I know for a fact half of me, and I'm being honest, half of me, it was justice what I did. The other half, I may have went a little bit too far. And I know I went too far. And half of me says, you didn't overreact that much. And then the other half of me says, Fears, you did overreact. So believe whatever you guys want to believe. But I'm saying this open and honestly. I am sorry to Pixel because I'm just going to apologize to the people that I think deserve an apology. Pixel owes me an apology for pissing me off and for the video. So 2 apologies. I owe him an apology for calling him a fat fuck and a monster and all the other crazy bullshit. So Pixel, one more time, I apologize for calling you that. I'm sorry that I guess contacted you too much. I hope we can still be friends. I hope we can salvage this. If you don't want to, I understand. I would like an apology though, because what you did was bullshit. And I hope it never happens again. Because it wasn't a good joke. I'm trying to have a better rep on YouTube. I don't want people thinking I kick everybody off shows and all this other crazy shit. And I'm not trying to lie anymore. I don't want to die having people say, oh, Fears is a fucking asshole the entire time. Because I'm not. You guys know I'm a good person. I just foul up sometimes. I overreact sometimes and I foul up sometimes. Do I mean for it to happen? Do I mean for it to escalate this much? No. And that's never my intention. So I don't care what Danny D says, because Danny D has never said anything good about me. Some people are going to believe me, and other people are going to be like, oh yeah, Fears is full of shit. But I'm telling the honest to God truth. So Danny, Lamar, Quentin, Adam, believe whatever you want to believe. But I know I messed up. It wasn't all my fault. It was some of Pixel's. It wasn't all Pixel's fault. It was both. Some of it was my fault. Some of it was Pixel's fault. So yeah. So I don't think I should have to apologize to the entire community. I'm just going to apologize to the people that I believe deserve an apology. So Pixel deserves an apology. So Pixel, once again, I'm sorry for calling you a fat fuck and a monster and everything. Jen, I should have never called you a bitch. I should never call any woman a bitch. I just don't like to talk at all whenever I'm mad. I understand people were worried about me and have been worried about me and care about me, and I appreciate that. But the best thing to do whenever I'm mad is to leave me alone for like a good hour or two, and then I'll eventually talk to people. So, but I am sorry for calling you a bitch, Jen. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sure that hurt. I'm very sorry. I hope you can accept my apology. Same thing goes to Kate. Kate, I know you were just trying to see how I was doing. Another thing that got me mad at Kate, though, is she'll be nice to me, right? And then what really got me mad at her is I'm watching in silence Lantern's show the other night because people were like, just go, Fears, just go. And so I left. And so she said, oh, we're playing a lying game. Fears would be really good at this. And I'm like, see, she's just digging the knife. She's digging the knife. She's digging the knife. And so as soon as I heard that, I went nuts. Because it's kind of talking behind someone's back. She does that a lot. She'll say hello and stuff to me, and then she'll go into someone's Discord or she'll go into a live and say, well, Fear said this. And I'm like, it's kind of talking behind someone's back, but whatever she said doesn't warrant me calling her a bitch, Do I like people talking behind my back? No, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Excuse me. So, whatever you did, Kate, I mean, it's annoying when you talk behind my back, but it doesn't warrant me calling you. I mean, I went nuts. I was like, fuck you, you fucking bitch, fuck you, fuck. I mean, I went nuts. And I'm a gentleman, and that's not very gentleman-like to call someone a bitch. So I apologize for calling you a bitch, Kate. Excuse me for a second. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to turn off my phone. All right. But yeah. So, Kate, Jen, I apologize to you both for calling you a bitch. And now Yakov. I didn't really call Yakov any names, but I blew the hell out of his phone, Zach's phone, Dave's phone, because I was panicking. I was like, how does this end? How do I solve this? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I'm not good under pressure. I was like, it's all caving in. I'm getting more upset. I'm getting sad. I'm getting pissed. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck to fix this. That's probably why I was trying to contact Pixel so much, because I wanted to fix it as quickly as possible. So, Zach, I'm sorry for blowing up your phone. Dave, I'm sorry for blowing up your phone. And Yakov, I'm sorry for blowing up your phone. And because I'm sure that got annoying. And Pixel, I'm also sorry about contacting you so much. I should have just gave you a couple days, gave you some space, and then whenever you were ready to talk, then that would have been fine with me. So I would appreciate it, now that I've apologized, I'd appreciate it at some point that you unblock me on Discord, unblock me on Instagram and follow me, because I still want to be your friend, Pixel. I really do. And if you could unblock me on Discord, and then you let me know when you want to talk. And I just want to talk very privately, just you and me. And we'll both say we're sorry to each other, and then let's just move forward. So, yeah. All right, that's all I wanted to say. So, I hope everybody believes me. And the people that don't believe me, I'm sorry, but I'm telling the honest to God truth. I thought that was very heartful. I told you guys why I was upset, why I acted the way I acted, and I didn't beat around the bush. I said, I'll own up to it. I'll apologize. So I'm sorry. And I hope we're all good. Because I don't want to fight with anyone, at all. So, yeah. Now, will I get trolled for this? Probably. Probably most people will let it go. Other trolls will be like, nah, we'll just keep milking this for another 8 or 9 months. So I hope that doesn't happen, but from trolls' past experience, they'll probably keep it up. Also, I want to bet, so I just want to show everybody so I'm not lying. Crackpot, you have to watch my latest live giving blood. A doctor confirmed it. I have low blood pressure. I have a low pulse. I made sure it was all legit. And they said that you have low blood pressure. And he said, Fears, if you show me evidence that you have low blood pressure, I'll never troll you again. So I hope he watches that live. If he doesn't, I'm going to show you a picture. I almost forgot to take a photo of it. So thank God I remembered. And then thank God I asked the woman, hey, the guy actually. Well, I asked the woman first, and then the guy said, here, because he covered all my personal identity and all that stuff. And he showed the result. So I know it's hard to believe, but they said you have a low blood pressure and it's normal, and you have a normal heart rate pulse. And I said, great. So I said, no more trolling. And so I'm going to hold Crackpot up to that. And I really hope he doesn't fuck me over and say, no, Fears, you didn't do it right. I did it right. I have it on camera, I have it evidence, and I've got a photo of it right now. So I took a photo of it. So here's my temperature. My temperature is 98.7. My my pulse was 95, and then my blood pressure was 126/66, and she said that's pretty damn normal. And I said, great, that's exactly what I wanted. So, one more time, crackpot, there you are. There's the evidence. There you are. And I'm taking a break from the Discord, so I probably won't hear back from Crackpot for quite a while. I just said, Fears, just take a break from Yak's Discord, take a break from Dave's, and even LC's. Even though nobody goes in LC's anymore, I'm taking a break from all of them. So I'll probably see you guys in the Discord in about... I don't mind writing Discord messages, but I'm not going to go into the actual Discord. Maybe a week, maybe 2. I just need a break from all that. So, yeah. Anyway. Damn! That was for you, Lantern. Pew! Anyway. That was hilarious. I just wanted to get all that out first. Let's see, how well did I do? 56 minutes. Well, I didn't mean to go that long, but I'm glad that I got it all off my chest. So I hope people will cut me some slack, and I hope people won't be as mad. I hope people will forget it. And I'm sorry to Lantern for taking down those 2 channels, but I never threatened him. I want to make that very clear. I asked him very nicely to take them down, and people got confused. I never said I was going to take Lantern's channel down. I would never do that. People misheard me. When me and Pixel were yelling at each other, I said, Pixel, your channel is gone. Pixel, your channel is nuked. I'm getting your fucking channel taken down. Because he knows I could do it because I've took other people's channel down. Am I really going to take his channel down? No. I said it in the heat of the moment. But I think people got confused because it happened on Lantern's channel, and I think they thought, oh, it happened on Lantern's channel, so Fears is going to take it too far and get Lantern's channel, like, nuked. I never said that. I would never do that. People misheard me. If anyone has a copy, you can go back and play that. And I said, all right, Pixel. I said, you want to piss me off more? I said, yeah, your channel's gone. Your channel's nuked. I said, Pixel, I'll get your channel taken down. That's exactly what I said. So, I hope everything's cleared up, and I hope everyone can accept my apology. I didn't feel the need to apologize to the entire community. I thought, well, the people that aren't involved, why they don't need an apology. The people that are not involved, I said, the people that I owe an apology to, I will absolutely give them an apology, and that's what I did. So, yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did it for 2 reasons. Yeah, I don't want that video up on that Fears Guy Blogs channel. I really don't, because he said either apologize or it goes live on the 25th. Is that the most important reason why I did it? No, it's the second reason. The most important reason why I apologize, excuse me for a second, my leg was going numb. The most important reason is I felt horrible calling 2 girls a bitch, and then I felt horrible calling my good friend Pixel a fat fuck monster. So I was like, just do the right thing, Fears. I'm like, even though he started it, just show him, hey, because I told him I wasn't going to apologize. And that probably pissed Pixel off even more. I wasn't intending to apologize. But then, once I calmed down, and once I started thinking like an actual human being, I was like, Fears, you went pretty hardcore on him, calling him a fat fuck monster. And then I felt even worse when Jen called me on it. Like, Jen was like, Fears, trust me, no one's not forgetting what Pixel did. People talked to him and said, whoa, that video was not fucking cool, man. So, and then Jen even said, I gave him a stern talking to. And I was like, well, I'm taking a break from the Discord. I'm like, I don't know if anyone actually talked to him. I'm like, that was fucked up. And then she's like, yeah, but Fears, you took it even further. I'm like, he goes, you fucking destroyed him in that video. He probably got really hurt. And he goes, you went fucking nuclear. And she goes, Fears, trust me, from a woman's point of view. She said something like that. She said, it was brutal to watch. And I said, all right, fine. So, and then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, she's right. I'm like, just do the right thing, Fears, and just apologize. So I owned up to everything, and I apologize. So I hope we all can move forward. And the people that don't believe me are because the trolls will never believe me. So to the people that don't believe me, then I'm sorry. I'm being honest. Everything I said was from the heart. I do think Pixel still owes me 2 apologies, but time will only tell. And I hope he unblocks me, and I hope we can be friends again. So yeah. So to the people that don't believe me, I'm sorry. I've done everything I can to rectify this situation and fix the situation, and you can't please everybody, so I hope almost everybody can accept my apology, because there's going to be some people like trolls that will not forgive me, because trolls always think they're in the right, and they're like, oh, we can't wait until Fears fucks up on something else, and then we can troll him again on this and this and this. I just have to get better at not reacting or blocking out as many hateful people as possible, and it's hard. It really is. When people keep, digging the knife. I said it to Visions the other night. I said, Visions, I never want to scream and yell and get mad, and I never want to, like lash out at people and take people's channels down, or like, oh, I'm going to nuke your channel. I'm like, that's never my intention, and I never intend to have it go that far. It's just when emotions are high, it's very hard. It sucks. Like when someone makes a stupid video, or when someone says a lie or a rumor, and I know 100%, I'm like, that's not true about me. Yeah, it irks me. I'm just like, dude, I wish they would really stop like focusing all their energy on me, because again, I'm nobody. I could understand getting this much abuse. It's just so much. I wish you guys could live in my shoes for at least a day, and then you'd know exactly. Like, I'm sure you guys wouldn't want a pizza sent to your house daily. Like this week, someone sent a pizza daily, and then I was telling Zach and Dave, I'm like, you guys got to get over here whenever you guys are ready. And then I got trolled a lot. They're like, Fierce, why can't you just go to the cell phone store and get your phone changed? I can, but I said, hey, Dave, we should hang out, buddy, after I get all that crap done. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to very soon. I said, why don't you just come and hang out? So he came out and hung out during the week, and he came and hung out today, which was better. And then Zach was on the phone with me trying to cheer me up, because you get bummed. I've been so bummed this week in the last 3 or 4 months when Larry started calling me every single day and all that crap. Finally, Larry stopped calling. It took him 5 or 6 months, but there it is. And do I think I warranted that? No. People thought he was nuts for calling. I asked a bunch of people in the community. They're like, yeah, Fears, you just blocked him. And I said, yeah, I did. And I asked a bunch of people, I said, do you think that warrants a phone call every day? And they're like, no. I went, okay, good. I'm like, maybe it's just me. I'm like, am I the only one that thinks that's nuts? People put so much time and effort into me, and I kind of laugh. I'm like, I am nobody special. I'm like, I could see if I acted like Donald Trump. Donald Trump deserves all the hate he gets because the guy's a fucking wacko. The guy's fucking nuts. I will give him this. He is a good businessman, but besides that, he's fucking insane. I really wish he wouldn't have been our president. Like, hopefully the next president will be a lot better. That guy is nuts. So I can understand someone trolling him like that. I'm just a guy from Missouri that's a nerd that likes to live stream, hang out with his buddies online, offline. God, who in the hell is texting me ridiculously? Oh, it's my buddy Eric and my brother. Okay, never mind. Well, here, let me turn off my phone. Anyway, oh God, I lost my train of thought now. And I think I've said this very nicely. I haven't got mad. I thought, Fears, before you go on tonight, just take a shower, take a couple breaths, and just say it as gently and as positive as you possibly can. And I think I've done a pretty good job saying it gently, positive, heartfelt, because I want people to believe how sorry I am, because I never intended it to go this far. And then what was the other thing I was going to say before I lost my train of thought? God, I wish I wouldn't have got that text message. I was saying I could see getting. I don't think anyone deserves the amount of trolling I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that has been blown way out of proportion. Nobody, I wouldn't even put that on Larry, Quentin, Adam Bacchidi. I wouldn't. Nobody deserves the amount of trolling that I've got. People can say I'm a liar. I'm not lying. Out of everyone that's gotten trolled, whether it's Carrie or Richie or Sega or whoever, I've for sure gotten it the worst. And I think you guys can all agree with me. I just wish people would just back off, leave me alone, not give me as much hate, or if any, and we just all get along. And there's some people that's impossible. I've tried to get along with all the people I block. I've honestly tried my best to get along with Larry. And he makes it impossible sometimes. And I'm not saying anything bad about him. You guys know how he is. Every single time I've timed him out or blocked him, which is only twice, he goes nuts. You know, hell, I had to save Zach's channel, and I did not tell Zach to block him. Zach was getting annoyed by Larry, too. He was like, Fears, I've had enough of this guy. And I said, well, then block him then. I said, I blocked him, but I didn't think Zach would actually do it, and he did it. I went, well, there you go, Zach. I'm like, you had to do what you had to do. And then he literally called me and was like, Fears, I'm telling you. He goes, you either get Zach to unblock me or your channel's coming down or his channel's coming down. I was like, oh, shit. And I didn't want anyone to take my channel down or Zach's. So I was like, this is fucking nuts. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And again, you guys don't have to deal with it. But just look at it from my eyes. If you were in my place, you'd be like, holy shit, Fears gets so much trolled every single damn day of his life. Every single day. I'm not lying. Every single day, it's something. Like, I'm always afraid, oh shit, what's going to happen tomorrow? And I don't deserve any of that stuff. And I've been calm, I've been nice about this, but it really needs to stop. The pizzas need to stop. People need to leave me alone. Just let me do my content. Let's just all get along. If I block you, I'll unblock you when I want to. I'm just asking everyone nicely, just back off a little bit, because I can't take much more. I honestly can't. Like, I'm at wit's end. I cannot take it anymore. Like, I was so mad the other night. I'm not kidding. I was so red in the face. I'm going to wear out my carpet. I walked back and forth. It took me 2 hours to calm down. I almost punched that window. My chest started hurting because I was so enraged. And I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. I was so fucking pissed. So, yeah. Anyway, I've said my piece. Let's continue on because it's 9:06. So I have until 10:30 my time because Yak's going live. 9:30 his time, which will be 10:30 my time. So it's 9:06 right now. So I've got enough time to finish the rest of my stream. So I've said my piece. I hope everybody can accept my apology. And if you can't accept my apology, I'm sorry. I've done my very best to rectify the situation. And I hope we can just put this behind us and move forward. All right. Thank you for your time. Let's get to the live. Oh, excuse me. Let's get to the rest of the live. So, yeah. Let me see if this is stop bleeding. Yep. Ow. There we are. Finally stopped bleeding on me. All right. See, you can barely see it right there. That's where the needle went in. I don't mind giving blood. It's just the little nick, you know, that hurts. Visions wanted some blood. I tried to get him some blood, but the guy's like, oh, no, I can't do it. It's against the law. I was like, a little sample? And they're like, no. I said, listen, you can put it in a vial. You can put it in a urine cup. I'll mail it to Visions. Then Seamus wanted some of the guys, the nurse's hair. I said, a little sample? And I said, do you have a little container? Because Seamus, if you want some, I have no problem getting a little vial, and I'll just take some hair, and I'll just snip it off. But he wants the foil ball, which you're not getting. And he wants Lantern's hair. Like, getting my hair would be just kind of like a bonus, you know. But Seamus, if Lantern never gives you any hair, I swear. I swear on hair. I've said a million times, Seamus, you get me a little vial, I'll snap off some of my hair, and I'll mail it to you, buddy. All right, time to open up the chat. So I'm sorry if that took a little long, but I just wanted to talk from the heart, and I had to apologize to a bunch of people. Real quick, before I open up the chat, you guys may have noticed something. This is brand new, so check this out. I want to show you something really cool. Hang on, give me a second here. So normally I tell you guys to, send fan mail with this piece of paper. I have retired this paper. This thing is fallen. This thing is ripped. It's torn. It's got coffee smears all over it. I'm officially retiring this, and even though it's not a fan letter, I'm going to put it in the fan bin, in the fan folder. I'm going to tape it up. I'm going to put it in the folder because when Dave came over today, Dave was nice enough. He said, "Fears, I bought you a little whiteboard." So Dave wrote this in permanent marker. And he said, "Fears, if it ever washes off, it's pretty permanent." But he said, eventually, you're going to have to rewrite it in permanent marker. But Dave bought this little whiteboard. He said, "Fears, I put your Fears Vlogs channel, your main channel, your name, and then your P.O. Box address. So it's a lot easier." And he goes, you can either hold it up like this or just put it in the background so people can see it. He goes, "I wrote it pretty big so people could see it." And I said, "Dave, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much." I'm like, "You're the man, dude." So I'm officially retiring this. But I'll do it one last time just for old time's sake. So get ready to record this video. Yo, guys, if you want to send Fears fan mail, send it to Fears Vlogs or FearsMan26 or John Fears 16745 Cagans Crossings Boulevard, STE 102B PMB 40, Claremont, Florida 34714. I always feel like Mr. Wilson off of Home Improvement when I'm doing it like that. So, send Fears a fan letter, send an unboxing. Christmas is coming up. If you want to send Fears a Christmas gift, bada bing, bada boom. Or if you want to send a letter from Santa to Fears, or if you want to send Fears any questions, write down a question, send it to me in fan mail. I haven't got a fan letter in quite a while. Send a fan letter. Because I love getting fan letters and reading them off. The last time I got a fan letter was kind of in my birthday present, because Nancy wrote a little letter, and then she gave me the knives, which, Nancy, I love that knife. Whenever I get some more fan mail, I'm going to open up that fan mail with the knife that Nancy gave me. So the last time, there you are. Take a picture of it. Because I'm officially retiring it. Right after this stream, I'm going to grab some tape it up, and put it in the fan letter binder. And it'll stay there for life. And now, thanks to my good buddy Dave, and it's got magnets on it. So whenever I'm not using it, I'm going to put it on my fridge. So hell yeah. So, this is the first time I'm going to do this. Hey guys, follow Fears Vlogs. Follow FearsMan26. John Fears is the name. And if you want to send me fan mail, 16745 Cagans Crossings Boulevard, STE 102B PMB 40, Claremont, Florida 34714. Ha ha! Thanks, Dave. You're a good friend. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, dude. Alright. So, officially retired. One more time. Whew. There you are. Alright, time to open up the chat. Here we go. And today's thumbnail is, because I gave blood, I found a little ornament, a little Christmas ornament that says, "A blood donor saved my life." Hell yeah. I'm glad I saved your life. So check out the thumbnail. It's a little tiny tree with an ornament, and you see it on a tree limb, and it says, "A blood donor saved my life." I thought that was a perfect Christmas thumbnail, because all the thumbnails from December 1st till New Year's is Christmas themed, and then in January there's not really a holiday. So, damn, pew. Please, somebody make that into a video so I can upload it. I'm begging you guys. When I come back into the Discord in about a week or two, hopefully there'll be a lot more fresher memes, and I'll get Crackpot's response, or someone can tell me Crackpot's response, because I'm going to upload all those memes, and I'm going to upload... Jen sent me a video today of where I'm playing mini golf with Jason Voorhees, and I hit the ball into a hole, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got a hole-in-one or some shit. I'm going to upload that one. That was cool. So hopefully in about a week or two, there's a shitload more memes, and hopefully in 2 weeks, everyone's calmed down and everything's cool, and then hopefully there's some mini videos that I can download. So after 2 weeks, just save them all somewhere on the Discord. Hopefully I can find them. All right. Time to open up the chat. Here we go. And again, today's topics are, I'm reviewing the blood thing, I'm reviewing the Grinch, top 10 presents I've ever gotten in my entire life, and then I already did the first topic, I'm sorry to everyone. All right, here we go. I'm going to open up the chat. Save them all somewhere on the Discord. Hopefully I can find them. Ah, there we are. Okay. All right. All right, I got 5 likes. Cool. All right, so we're doing good. All right, so I am going to start from the top, and I'm going to read everyone's comments, and I'll catch up as quickly as I possibly can, and then I'll get to as many topics before I have to sign off, because I'm going to sign off right at 10:30. So, yeah. So, all right, so I apologize to everybody, and I'm going to read everyone's comments, and then I'm going to get back at it. Yo, what's up, Tina? What's up, Caleb? Good to see you. He says, awesome. I get to join at the start of the stream. Well, you did, but I had to talk for about the first 56 minutes was me explaining myself and all that stuff. So, yeah. What's up, Vic? Good that you're back. I told you that I would unblock you thanks to my friend Kate and Jen. You seem really cool in Zach's channel and on Yak's channel. Zach and Yak. There you go. That rhymes. So I thought I would unblock you. I don't know why I had you blocked, because you've never been mean to me, Vic. So yeah. What's up, Triple? He says it's a big show tonight. Well, I don't know if it's a big show. I just wanted to do the right thing and apologize to everybody. You know. So yeah. I just wanted to apologize to everybody, so, yeah. Tina says, hey, Triple. Hey, Tina, what's for dinner tonight? I don't know. Tina, what's for dinner tonight? I think I'm going to make some chicken and rice, and I don't know if I'm going to go in Yak show, like I said, because I'm going to take a week or two off from the Discord. In order to go on to Yak show, you have to go into the Discord, so I just need a break from the Discord, and I hope everybody accepts my apology. It seems like everybody does, because I've got 5 likes, and I thought I was almost afraid to open up the chat, and I thought, oh God, there's going to be millions of trolls in there. But it seems like everyone is like cool with me. So yeah. Or I hope. So welcome back, Vic. I honestly don't know why I blocked you, so I apologize for that. So yeah, Triple, I made you some chicken and some rice. So yeah. Let's see, Tina says we're having cheeseburgers and macaroni and cheese. Oh, nice. I love homemade hamburgers. Hell yeah. Tina says, well, hello, Vic. What's up? What's up, Triple? I love geography, so 880 miles, and Marshall is 920. Straight line distance, St. Louis is 840 miles, and Marshall is 830 miles. Super close. Well, Triple, I forgot where you live. You don't have to tell me the city that you live in, but what state do you live in? I forgot where you live. Do you also live in Texas? Because you said you were going to come visit Fierce soon. But let me know way in advance when you come, so if I have to take a day off of work or two, because I definitely want to go golfing, real golfing. I definitely want to go mini golfing with you and get you in the vlog. So, yeah. Let's see. That sounds like a cheesy dinner, Tina. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Let the cheese flow. Oh, yeah. What's up, Lantern? What's up, Twin? Howdy, Twin. What's going on, Twin? What's up, Twin? So yeah. It's not easy being cheesy. That's right. Yo, BPM, what's up? What is up, BPM? Good to see you. I'm trying to catch up on everyone's chat here, so bear with me. BPM says, how about Adam the Woo? What do you mean, BPM? Like, will I ever be as famous as Adam the Woo? Probably not. I mean, I would love to, because he gets to do a lot of cool stuff. He took his mom to Europe. I would love to take my mom, my brother, and Shelton, and Shelton's mom to England, or to anywhere in Europe. Adam goes traveling all over, so just let me know what you meant by that comment, BPM. Like, like you said, what about Adam the Woo? Like, are we friends, or do you think I'll be as famous as him? Probably not. If that's what you meant, then, but let me know. I got your back, and your slack. I hope so, BPM. I hope people cut me some slack, because it's been hell on earth. I mean, it literally has been hell on earth. Not just this week. I'd say the last 5 to 6 months have been pure fucking hell. And I try to get along with everybody. So, yeah. I wrote him a 300-word essay about posting that filth. Well, did he actually post the video? Because I didn't see it if he reposted. I hope that they get it. I hope they take it down if it did get reposted. But he did post it in the video. You know, after I came back in, and that was crazy. So, well, that's nice that you actually said something to him, BPM. And I hope after Pixel watches this, I hope he'll unblock me in a couple days after me giving him some space, because I did attempt, like, well, today was the 13th time I tried to talk to him in private, and he just never got back to me. So I hope he gets back to me soon. I hope. I really do. So, yeah. But I appreciate you doing that, BPM. I really do, because, yeah. That's just weird, BPM. He says, Fears, I'd give you a baby if I could. I appreciate the offer. That's a no can do. Fears just wants a lady. I just want a lady. Yeah. You kind of scare me, BPM. Hey, Dave. Hope you are well, buddy. Dave says I'm doing good. What's up, Dave? Yeah, Dave's been awesome. And Dave, it was really fun hanging out with you today. And Dave, thank you so much for this, buddy. I'm going to use this a lot. Instead of this is getting retired, putting it in the fan mail binder, because, man, Fears used this a lot. Look, it is ripping to shreds. Look, there's a coffee stain right there. There's a coffee stain. This thing has been through hell and back. So yeah, there's been through hell and back. So I'm glad that I can just be like, yo, subscribe, like, comment, and send me fan mail at that address, because everybody can see it. It's nice and big, and I can just be like, hey guys, send me fan mail. Heck yeah. So it makes it a lot easier. So yeah. So yeah, let's see. BPM says, Pixel said you blew it. I did blow him up on the phone. And I know your joke with BPM. I did not threaten to take Pixel's laptop away. Don't even go there. I did blow him up on the phone, though, but I didn't take his laptop away. So I know you're joking. Let's see here. You've been thrown under the bus too many times. I mean, I feel like I have, you know, and I get sick of that too. I get sick of and tired of people throwing me under the bus. I mean, that definitely gets annoying. So yeah. What's up, Kate? She says, I did not talk behind your back. Yes, you did, Kate. You did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to call you out on this, because we're all about truth in this, you know, in this community. You did. I didn't appreciate the comment. I'm not a liar anymore. I wasn't there, and then I came in. You're talking behind someone's back. You are. So, but I just wanted to apologize, Kate. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. You did. Let's move forward. I am sorry about calling you and Jen a bitch. I really am. So let's just put it behind us. And I hope you can accept my apology. I really hope you can accept my apology, Kate, because you and Jen really did not deserve that. You didn't. So yeah. Tina says, "Is Jen listening?" I hope she is, because I did finally figure out how to unblock her, and I finally unblocked her. So, and I know she's got 2 channels because she came in one day on her other account. So she's unblocked on her other channel because I never had her other account blocked. So her main account is finally unblocked. I unblocked Vic, and I unblocked Lego Slimer. I did. I unblocked Lego Slimer in the Discord, and I unblocked him. I'm pretty sure I unblocked him in this chat as well. It's just a pain in the ass. You have to go to their channels on both of your YouTube channels. You have to physically unblock them on their channels. YouTube needs to work on this because it's a pain in the ass. Then you have to go into your Google accounts, go to your block list. All right, where are they? All right, unblocked. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah. I'm not making you out to be a monster, Kate. That's a little far-fetched. Kate, I did apologize to you. I just said I don't like when people talk behind my back. I'm not painting you out to be a monster, so let's not go there. I did apologize, Kate, and I really am sorry. Seamus says, "Fears, mark my words. Come higher hell water, Fears. I will get that foil ball." Will you? Will you get that foil ball? Look at it! Look at it, Seamus! Study it! You'll never get the foil ball! Is there any hair? Oh, I see some hair under there! Ha 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 ha! There it is, buddy. You'll never get that hair. You'll never get that hair, buddy. Keep trying, Seamus. Keep trying. Keep trying. So, yeah. Kate, I am not painting you out to be a monster. I guess Kate is still upset. Well, I knew some people would still be upset, you know, so I'm trying to take that into consideration. Kate, I did apologize, and I think we should focus on that. I felt bad for calling you and Jen a bitch, because that's the worst thing you can say to a girl. Or, well, what's one of the worst things you can say to a girl? I am very sorry, so let's just leave it alone. So, yeah. But I'm not making you out to be a monster. I just don't like that. So, yeah. And I did apologize, Kate. I really am. And I really am sorry. What's up, Zach? Good to see you. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm not lying, Kate. Kate, I'm going to ask you nicely. Let's just be civil. If you continue to say what you're going to say, I'm just going to time you out. Okay? I know you're upset, but I'm trying to be nice and civil here. I apologized. But I'm not lying about you, Kate. I've seen you do that. I'll be in a Discord, and then you'll wait till I leave, and you say a whole bunch of stuff behind my back. That's not making you out to be a monster. I wasn't in Lantern's chat. I went away. I got something to eat. I came back. And you're saying all this stuff like, oh, Fears would be great at this game. He's a liar. I don't like that. That's talking behind someone's back. I'm asking you nicely, just please don't do that. And I apologize. This is the 6th time I've apologized to you, Kate, for calling you a bitch. I hope you can accept my apology. If you're still upset, I understand, Kate. There's nothing I can do. I've tried everything in my power to make amends to everything. And I hope Pixel will make amends with me, because I don't want to be blocked forever. And I do like being Pixel's friend. And we haven't had many arguments. This is like the second biggest argument we've had like in 10 years, because we had a big one about 9 or 10 years ago. So I don't think you're a monster, Kate. So please don't put words in my mouth. I never called you a monster. I apologize to you. I really am sorry. So let's just move forward. But I'm not lying. All right. BPM says, what's up, Fears? Okay, my live stream tomorrow night will need to be Dr. Incredible making a healing impression. Well, I may not be available, Zach, and I think we'll be okay. I think people just need to blow off some steam. I'm sure all this will blow over. I've done the right thing. I've apologized to everybody that deserves an apology. So, yeah. BPM says, Pixel seems pretty forgiving. Usually only takes 20 or so DMs. Well, I tried to contact him 13 times. I mean, it wasn't all in one day. What I didn't like, BPM, is I'm not trying to be rude, but normally if you say, hey, can I talk? Someone will get back to you. He never got back to me. And then when he did, he's like, oh, I can't today, Fears. Every time I asked him, okay, you can't do it today. When are you available to talk? Because I said, I want to talk. Just give me 5 or 10 minutes. We just need to straighten this out, and then we'll be good. I was going to apologize to him. He'd apologize to me and go, all right, man, we're square. We're cool. And he never got back to me. And I don't know, maybe he was working or whatever, but it takes 5 minutes to talk to someone. And it takes 2 minutes to write somebody back and say, hey, Fears, I can't do it now, but hey, can you do it tomorrow? I would have talked to him anytime he wanted, but he never gave me a time and a date like, hey, Fears, let's talk here. If he would have gave me a time like, hey, Fears, I can't do it today, but can I talk to you tomorrow around 4 o'clock? And I asked him multiple times, BPM, when do you want to talk? When do you want to settle this? I said, because I want it settled. So apparently I bugged him too many times. You know, I didn't write him 13 times in one day. I kind of, over the last 2 days. So I'm saying it now. I already apologized to him. He needs to apologize to me. So I hope he unblocks me from Instagram and Discord soon. And at a certain time, we will bury the hatchet. But I've apologized. So I'm throwing the olive branch out. So yeah. Oh yeah, Dave, I told everybody about this. And I told them about this. This is officially getting retired. And I'm going to tape it all back up because, man, it's hanging on by a thread. And I'm going to officially put this. We made history. Officially retiring this. And we're upgrading to this. Hell yeah. And then this is, there it is. All right. So, what's up, Lantern? Lantern. What's up, buddy? Lantern is a good actor. Lantern, it sounded like you were crying. And then all of a sudden I heard the class like, and I was like, all right. I'm like, Lantern's good. Lantern forgives me. Lantern's good. But yeah. So, yep. Well, howdy, Seamus. Is Seamus here? Are you here, Seamus? Oh, he's here, Lantern. He already asked me about hair. BPM says, it's never enough with these girls. Well, you said that, not me. So, yeah. If I may be perfectly honest and blunt, I'm really sick of my friends going to war with each other. We're all family on this platform, no moral enemies. I feel the same way, Zach, you know? That's why I just came clean and said, all right, look, I fucked up. I'm like, if Pixel wants me to apologize first, I will. And so I feel like I've done a good job. I haven't got mad. I just said, look, I think this person did that. I think this person did this. I messed up here. They messed up there. I apologize. I meant it. Not everyone's going to believe me, but I think most people can see how sincere I am, and I'm doing it very calmly. So I apologize. Well, yeah. And it's okay if Kate, if you're still upset. I mean, I called 2 girls bitches. You know, that's not right. So, but I apologize. I think it's already squashed, Zach. I mean, I don't want to put all this drama on your channel, buddy. And I'll give you a call after the show, Zach. I just want you to do your normal show, Zach. And I'll try to make it. I may just watch, but I appreciate the offer, but I'll take care of my own stuff, Zach, and I appreciate it, but I don't want to bring all this drama and stuff on your show. So yeah. Anyway. Anyway. You know what, Kate? I'm sorry the way you feel this way. I mean, I've apologized. I've done everything I possibly can to make amends with you. I apologize to you. I apologize to Jen, and I really am sorry, Jen. I really am. And I'm sorry to you too, Kate. But I'm not going to let you berate me in the chat. You know, if you want to talk later, that's fine, Kate. But I apologized. I've apologized a bunch to you for calling you a bitch. So I really am sorry. But I'm going to time out Kate. Kate, I really don't want to deal with your crap anymore. I've apologized. I hope you could accept my apology at some point, Kate. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you berate me the whole time. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to block you. I've said what I needed to say. I've been very cordial. Very cordial. So, yeah. I'm just really angry at the whole situation on your guys' behalf. I mean, it is. It's frustrating, Zach. You try to please everybody, and you can't please everyone. And then it's even harder when I'm in a bad mood, and then they make me even more in a bad mood, you know, and I can't do my shows happy. I have to put on a smiley face, and I don't like putting on a fake face, I guess, and saying, "Oh, everything's all good" when everything's not good, and then they take it over the line. They've called me like Lamar is relentless. So is Crackpot. They've said, "I hope you die, Fears." They've made fun of me. They say I have no brains, low educated. They've called me every single name in the book, and I don't deserve that. I didn't deserve a million calls from Larry. Now, I will give Larry this. He stopped. It took him forever to stop, but he stopped. But now I have to get my cell phone changed because of another caller. And that guy is the guy that says trolls always win. And he called me a coward for going to get my number changed. And I'm like, I'm not a coward. I'm a normal human being that doesn't want to hear a troll say. And he called up and he left a lot of vicious stuff. The guy that's like trolls always win. He said, Fears, did you know that your dad died? If you don't, I'll remind you, Fears. And then he said, hey, did you know that your brother's sick? And I'm just like, this guy's evil. So you're damn right I'm going to get my number changed because I don't want to hear some stupid troll say that evil shit on the phone. I don't want a million pizzas sent to my house. It's just too much. It's gone too far. It's just insane. So yeah. What's up, Joey? And the only reason why I'm drinking a soda tonight is because I gave blood and they offered me a soda and I said yes. So yeah. Anyway. And Joey, I'm going to take your advice because I even asked Joey because me and Joey became friends ever since he realized that he went too far and he came to my house with his nice girlfriend, and she's very nice. She's very sweet. And Biscuit is awesome. Joey, I hope you put a ring on that soon because Joey, she's one in a million ladies. She's very nice, you know. I just wish I could find a lady as cool as Kate and as cool as Biscuit. I really wish I could find a girl. Both of those girls, well, I've kind of met Kate because I've seen a picture of her. I know she's real, and she's called me only twice on the Discord, but I've heard her talk. I've heard her voice. So, and I asked because I was like, I don't want to get catfished again because I've gotten catfished a lot. So yeah. But Joey, I'm going to take your advice, and I even said before you came in, Joey, I said, Jen said to give Pixel some space. You said give Pixel some space. I'm going to. I did apologize. I did apologize to him, Joey. So now it's his turn to apologize to me. And I hope he unblocks me. Because he unblocked me on... he blocked me on Instagram and he blocked me on Discord. And I just want like 5 minutes just to talk to him alone. You know? Because I don't want to settle this on a live. You know? And he before he blocked me, he said, Fears, I'm going to fully intend to give you an apology in a call about the video. And I said, okay, great. He just couldn't do it that day, and I guess I asked him too many times, but yeah. What's up, Biscuit? She says, oh, thank you, John. Hey, it's the truth. I really wish I could find a girl as cool as you and Kate, because you guys seem very cool. I've kind of met Kate because I talked to her, but I've actually met you. And once me and Joey squashed the beef at my house, we were sitting at that kitchen table over there, and you seemed very nice. So yeah. But I'm going to do a Fierce classic. Joey, get your head out of your ass, buy a ring, and throw it on Biscuit's finger. All right? So, yeah. Let's see here. Let me catch up with the chat. I'm going to finish catching up with the chat, and then I'm going to do my topics. So, yeah. So, let's see. Let's see. Lantern says, well, howdy, Larry. Well, what's up, Larry, even though I can't see you? Let's see. BPM says, wow, Kate, Fears reached out. If that's true, I'm here for you. Well, I mean, it's BPM. It's true that I went nuts on Kate and Jen, and I regret that, but I apologized to her. I mean, I did call her a bitch, and I called Jen a bitch. I said some other words that were not so nice, but I did apologize. Does that make up for it? No. Hopefully in time it will. But I mean, all I can do is better. I did apologize. I feel bad. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I've tried everything I can to rectify the situation. Everyone's upset about Kate driving Fierce to think about doing that. I don't know what you're on about, BPM. Joey says, yo, what's up, Joey? Joey said he's having macaroni and cheese. Oh, nice. There we go. That's good. Zach says, oh, I like that, Joey. I mean, you can't go wrong with macaroni and cheese. So, yeah. I'm sorry, not BPM. Biscuit says, well, thank you. Well, I wouldn't say it unless it's true, Biscuit. You seem like a very nice person. So, yeah. Joey says, hello, Tina. Let me catch up with the... So, yeah, let's see here. Biscuit. Oh, God, I'm getting tired. Let's see. Biscuit says, hi, Lantern, Tina, and Dave. My day is going well. I spent it with Joey and my friend. Oh, that's nice. That's good. BPM, I know you're joking, and I know Joey knows you're joking, but I'll read it anyway. He says, Fears, you should have kicked Joey's ass and just stole his girl. I mean, that's an option. That's an option. It still is an option. Shh. No, I'm just joking. I would never do that. That's funny, though. And Dave, should I tell them about what happened today at Denny's? You know what? I'll call Dave, because I know some trolls are not going to believe me, but if they hear it from Dave, maybe they'll believe me. I walk out of the bathroom, and there is this stunning girl. Stunning girl. She was amazing. And I asked Dave, I said, Dave, can you give me a few minutes? I'm going to go strike up a conversation with this girl. I haven't asked out a girl in quite a while. I asked her out. She denied it, but at least I went for it. She, and she said, I just got out of a 5-year relationship. The guy cheated on me. He acted very badly. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, I had a girl cheat on me. And I said, it happened about 5 years ago. I said, I'm not just saying that because you just said that. And she goes, oh, no, I believe you. And so then I said, well, I would love to take you out and show you how much of a nice guy I am. And she goes, well, I got to work on myself. But she goes, I appreciate you being very direct. She goes, most guys are not direct. I said, you are beautiful. I said, I came out of the bathroom. I saw you sitting on a table. And I was like, Fears, you'd be an idiot not to go over there and ask that hot girl out. She was stunning. She was beautiful. She was perfect. And she was very nicely dressed. She kept herself well together. And she looked wonderful, and I was like, I want to hang out with her. And then she said, well, I appreciate the compliment. She goes, but this breakup with this guy, I just found out this guy cheated on me like a week ago, so it's a fresh breakup. And I went, oh, okay. I'm like, I understand. And she goes, but then I asked her, I said, now you won't hurt my feelings. I said, I need to know something. And she was like, yeah, go ahead. I said, I need to know something. I said, if your breakup wasn't as fresh as you said it was, like let's say it had been like 2 or 3 months and it was old news. I said, would you have gave me a chance if I would have asked you out? She goes, oh yeah. She goes, absolutely. She goes, you're a very nice looking guy. She goes, I like how direct you are. She goes, most guys are not direct and come up and strike up a conversation. She goes, that shows that you have confidence. And I said, well, I was a little nervous to come up. I said, I'm kind of rusty on asking girls out. I said, I haven't had like a real date in 5 years. I said, I had a crappy date last year, and I said it went horrible. And the girl was like, oh, what happened? I said, you don't want to know. I said, it was fucking terrible. And she's like, oh, that bad? And I went, yeah, that bad. And then she's like, but no, I would have totally gave you a chance. She goes, if the breakup would have been, she goes, it's brand new. She goes, I found out the guy cheated on me a week ago. I wish I would have gotten a photo. This girl was amazing. And then as soon as I said, hey, Dave, can you give me a couple of minutes? Dave waited out in the car, and he knew exactly what Fears was doing. I went outside, and Dave said, Fears, I hope you got a number. I was like, I said, no, I didn't get a number. I said, but for good reason, buddy. I said, I was trying. I said, I was really trying to get the number. And he was like, well, why didn't she give it? I said, oh, she just got out of a freshly broken up relationship. I said, some guy cheated on her and treated her like crap. And he goes, well, how long? I said, a week ago. And he's like, oh, man. And I said, she said she had to work on herself, but she said, thank you so much for all the compliments. Thank you for asking me out. And then she did say, I'm not kidding, because I know some troll's not going to believe this story. I'm going to call Dave up and he's going to confirm it. And she said, I asked her, I said, would you give me a chance if you were a lot more over it, like 3 or 4 months down the road, and it wouldn't have been as big of a breakup? She goes, absolutely. She goes, you're a good looking guy. She goes, I like how direct you are. She's like, you can strike up a good conversation. And I was like, oh, well, thanks. She's like, if I wouldn't, she goes, if it wouldn't have been like a right away breakup and I would have been over it for like 5 or 6 months, she goes, why wouldn't I give you a chance? You seem like a very nice guy. And she goes, I like your confidence and I like how direct you are. She goes, some guys are afraid of rejection. I said, I've never been afraid of rejection. I said, my dad gave me the best piece of advice. Either they're into you or you're not. The worst thing that they can say is no. So she said no, and I said, fair enough. I said, well, it was very nice to meet you. I said, if I ever see you again at this Denny's and you remember me and you change your mind, the offer is always on the table to go go out to dinner or grab a cup of coffee. And she said, oh, yeah, she goes, I'll definitely let you know. And I said, very nice to meet you. I shook her hand, and then I walked out. So at least I asked her out. At least I went for it. So I'm going to call Dave, and I'm going to have him confirm all this, because I know some troll's going to be like, you lied, Fears. I did not lie. So Dave saw almost all this until I said, hey, Dave, can you give me a couple minutes? And Dave knew exactly what I was trying to do. He goes, oh, yeah, Fears is working his magic. But Dave was a good sidekick. He was like, oh, hey, yeah, this is Fears, my friend. And he was like totally, hyping me up and shit. And I was like, oh, thanks, buddy. All right, let me call Dave. Oh, hang on. I need to turn off airplane mode. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What the hell is going on? Hang on. There we go. Hey, Dave, what's up? Oh, what's up, Lurch? What's going on, Lurch? What's going on, Lurch? What's up, twin? What's up, twin?
Hello.
Yeah, you rang. I just wanted to confirm, because you know some trolls gonna be like, yeah, Fears, that's bullshit. You made up that story. Can you confirm it? You saw the hot girl. She was
nice.
She was nice. Even Dave thinks she was nice. And Dave, you've been married for what, 25 years?
Yeah.
So even Dave was like, Fears, go get her. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when you explained what happened, like, if you didn't come out with her number, I was going to slap you.
Yeah.
But then you explained why. It's like, okay, that's a good reason.
I mean, I almost had her. It was almost a big W win. She
was really friendly with you.
She was really friendly. I mean, I could tell she was jiving with me. She thought I was attractive. She was amazing. She was like a goddess.
Oh.
That is the most hottest woman I've seen in quite a long time. So, but I understand. I mean, she literally just got cheated on a week ago. And I said, I completely understand where you're coming from. I said, I said, I've gotten cheated on before. I said, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me five and a half years ago. So I said, I get it. I understand. So I just wanted, because I'm telling the truth. And I said, I knew Larry would have thought I'd been telling a tall tale, because he's always a truth seeker. So I was like, I will deliver the proof right now.
Oh yeah.
And now you didn't hear all of our conversation, because you heard a little bit of the conversation. And then I told the girl, I said, excuse me for a second. I tapped you on the shoulder. I said, hey, Dave, I said, I'll be out in a couple of minutes. Can you give me a couple of minutes? You said, oh, yeah, Fears, go get her. You walked outside. Yeah. I've talked to her for how long do you think? 10, 15 minutes?
At least 10.
Yeah.
One part I heard was that she used to work at Amazon.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, she said she used to work at the Denny's that we were at, and then she said she quit the Denny's because some girl tried to steal her tips, and then she said she got a better job at Amazon. I said, oh, that's cool. I said, are you still at Amazon? And she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I love working here. And I was like, oh, great, cool. So and we talked about that, and then towards the end, I went for it. I said, hey, I know we just met, but I said, I've enjoyed our conversation. I said, I came out of the bathroom, and I said, you were stunning. I said, you were stunning. And I said, if I don't ask you out, I'm an idiot. And I said, I would love to take you out. And I said, we can go to dinner. We can grab some coffee. I said, we can go for a walk on the beach. I said, whatever you want to do. I said, I just would really like to get to know you. I said, I've been enjoying our conversation. And she goes, oh, I've absolutely been enjoying our conversation. She goes, I think you're awesome. And she goes, unfortunately, she's like, I just got out of a 5-year relationship, and it's like brand new. And I said, oh, how new is the breakup? She goes, literally a week ago. I got cheated on a week ago. And I was like, oh, damn, man. And she was like, yeah. She goes, it sucks. And I said, well, I know how you feel. I got cheated on 5.5 years ago. And I said, I've took some time to work on myself. I said, I just haven't found any girl I said, I haven't found any girl worth my time. And I said, I had one crappy date last year. And then that's when she asked, I said, oh, it was bad. And she's like, well, how bad? I'm like, bad. It was fucking terrible. But I asked her, Dave, I said, you won't hurt my feelings. I just need to know the truth. I said, if you would have been over your breakup like 3 or 4 months, I said, would you have given me a chance? She goes, oh, absolutely. And I went, oh, okay, well, that's good. And then I said, like I just told the fans, I said, well, I come to this diner a lot. I said maybe once or twice, a month. I said, if you ever see me again and you ever change your mind, I said, the offer's on the table anytime you want to hang out. She goes, oh, I'll definitely keep a lookout. She was like, maybe down the road if we ever bump into each other again and I'm more over my ex. She was like, I'll definitely give you a chance. And I said, great. I said, well, I said, it was very nice to meet you. I shook her hand, and then I walked out, and then I told you the whole story when I got into your car.
Yeah, and you never know. Karma has a way of coming back for you.
Yeah, you never know. I may bump into her one of these days, but
yeah.
I'm telling you, Dave, I said it to the fans. I said it to you. I said, I would have been an idiot if I wouldn't have asked her out.
Oh, yeah.
And when I came out, what was the first thing you said? You said, I hope you got the number, Fears. And I was like, almost, Dave. I said, I almost got. I said she was digging me. I was digging her. I said we were jamming out. We were enjoying each other's company. We were enjoying each other's conversation. And then
you mentioned she had just broken up with her.
And so remember what you said, Dave? Right as I said, and you're like, oh, come on, Fierce. You didn't get the number. I said, well, for good reason. I said, give me a chance to explain, buddy. And then I explained to you what happened. And then you're like, okay, Fierce, I get it. I understand. So yeah. Anyway, but I just wanted to make sure no one thought I was lying. I thought, well, Dave was with me. He saw almost the entire thing, so I'm sure everybody believes me. Because from now on, until people start believing me again, because I don't want to be a liar for the rest of my life, I'm just going to have, anytime I say something, I'm going to have to provide evidence for quite a while.
Yeah, and if you two weren't really into each other, it wouldn't have taken 10 minutes. Yeah,
and I'll be honest, I was enjoying her company so much that, like, I wasn't even counting how many minutes. That's why I asked you, was it 10 minutes? Was it 15 minutes? It didn't
It might have been more than 10, but it's like I lost track of time too.
Yeah, because when I came out, you were fiddling on your phone just waiting for me, but our conversation was so good, and we were jiving, and she was making me laugh, I was making her laugh, everything was cool, everything was copacetic, everything was going good, and then I was like, damn. But I was like, oh, well, I tried my best. Oh, well. Anyway. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to get to a topic today, buddy, because the chat is a-flowing.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly, I think everybody forgave me. Kate's still a little upset for a good reason. I mean, I did call her and Jen a bitch.
The B word.
Yeah, and no girl likes the B word.
Yeah.
I hope
the better thing to say is say the B word.
Well, she did, in a private message, she did say, I appreciate the apology. Thank you for the apology. I hope eventually she'll get over it. I hope so.
Yeah.
Because everybody, I didn't see any trolls come in saying, yeah, Fears, you're full of shit. And I was just open and honest with everybody, tonight. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow will be a better show. Tomorrow will be a normal Fears show where I'm going nuts on movies and, chilling out in the chat and going nuts and stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah. But I really wish she would have gave me a chance because I would have showed her a really good time. But I get it. I'm sure she loved that guy, and then it sucks to get cheated on. I really loved Casey, and then Casey cheated on me, so I know how it is.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Oh, you've been cheated on before?
Well, sort of.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry.
Relationship end without any explanation.
Oh, man. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right. Well, I'm sorry that happened, buddy.
That happened a long, long time ago.
Yeah. But it was almost a win. It was almost a win.
Oh, yeah.
But there it is. There it is. Anyway, you win some.
You learn from them.
Yeah. I mean, she was.
You learn what to watch out for.
And she was a very nice girl. Like, she didn't.
Oh, yeah. She was definitely at least a 9.
I don't think she was a 9. I thought she was a 10, man. I mean, She was amazing. Amazing.
She caught an eye.
Yeah, she definitely caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
She definitely caught my eye, and she let me down very gently. She's like, trust me, I would have gave you a chance, but my boyfriend, she said my ex-boyfriend is a terrible person and literally just called me a whole bunch of names and cheated on me and treated me like crap literally a week ago. I said, I'm so sorry that happened. I get it. I understand why you just want to work on yourself and you don't want to date anyone. And then I asked her, and she's like, oh, yeah, if it would have been 4 or 5 months and I would have been over, she goes, I would have totally gave you a chance. And I said, all right, well, there it is. And then
you don't know. Maybe
you never know. You never know.
You'll go in there, and she'll be there, and she'll like, hey, come on over here.
Because as much as I want to be with Kate, maybe me and Kate will never meet, Like, I have to... Like, I don't mind being Kate's friend right now, but she lives in California. I don't know if I'll ever meet her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you never know. Never say never.
I mean, I'm never going to say no. I mean, you never know.
Happen.
Yeah, you never know, but I'm like, California's a long way away, you know? So, yeah. All right, well, I'm going to let you go, buddy. I'm going to try to get to at least one topic because it's 9:58 and Yakov goes live at 10:30 our time, so I've got 30 minutes to get to some topics. So, yeah.
Yep.
And if I don't get to any topics tonight, what's more important is that I apologized to everybody that deserved an apology. Then no troll can say, well, Fears didn't apologize. I did. I spent almost my entire live apologizing to people.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. And I told the stream, I told the chat, if some people can't accept my apology, then I'm sorry. I did my best to rectify the situation.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. And, hey, thanks so much for the clipboard. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. That'll come in handy. And next live, they'll see mine.
Oh, you bought one for yourself? Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I made up mine at the same time I made up yours.
I love it. And you said eventually I'll have to rewrite it, but for a while you said you used permanent markers, so...
Yeah, I used the Sharpie, so it should last a good while as long as you don't do anything to the lettering.
Okay.
It should probably last you a long time.
Well, the minute it starts to scratch, I'll just take another magic black marker and I'll write over it.
Oh, yeah.
Or if it's done its purpose, I'll just be like, hey, Dave, where did you go get that? And I'll go buy another one and I'll make one myself.
Exactly.
Anyway. So, yeah. All right, buddy. I'll see you later. Peace out. Peace. All right. Well, let me catch up with the chat and then we'll get to the first topic. All right, so the last thing I read was... Mr. Lampy, I'm going to get to your comments. I appreciate it. Let's see. What was the last one I read? I think the last one I read was Biscuit saying thank you. Hey, you're... Oh, no. Wait. It was Biscuit saying hello to everybody. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was past this. BPM said you should have kicked Joey's ass, and I was like, no. I was at Joey saying... Let's see here. Let's see. Where was I? BPM said, we can all see Larry, but John Fierce. Yeah, everybody can see Larry, so I hope he's behaving. Zach, call me after this stream and let me know if Larry was behaving or not. Again, I would never have blocked Larry if he would have just followed my 2 rules. That's kind of hard for Larry. I'm being honest. BPM says, I was talking about the suicidal idolization she mentioned. You threatened to off yourself. Well, I didn't mean it, but I told Kate, people give me so much shit, BPM, that, like, I told her, if I offed myself, would anyone care? I mean, people give me so much shit when I don't deserve even a tenth of that, or even not even a percent, like even 1% of that. And I said it never stops. I said, what if I just off myself? And I'm like, would they be trolling me in the afterlife? And I told Kate, I obviously I'll never kill myself, but I said, let's say I did, Kate. I was trying to do an analogy. I said, Kate, if I killed myself, they would feel so bad. They're like, oh man, you know what? Maybe we went a little bit too hard on Fears. Maybe we should cut the dude some slack. But then I'd already be dead, and it's the woulda, coulda, shoulda, shit. Because I'm not worth it, man. And I don't deserve all this shit. I'm just a nerd from Missouri that likes going fucking nuts over movies and movie props and making people laugh. So that's what I meant by all that. And I guess she took it the wrong way. I mean, I would never off myself. So, yeah. Joey says, fun fact, Biscuit and Kate grew up like 20 minutes apart and didn't even know it. That's cool, Joey, but that's kind of nuts, like, I guess that's how fate works, I guess that's how the big guy works upstairs, Joey. Like, God was probably like, eventually, these 2 girls are going to be like the best of friends, but isn't that funny? Like, oh, Kate lives over here, and Jen lives over here. I'm sorry, Biscuit. Excuse me. Biscuit lives over here, and Kate lives over here, and they never knew that they were 20 minutes apart. So Kate never told me that she grew up in Iowa, because you guys are... Oh, sorry, Joey. Well, now, I guess everybody knows. My bad, Joey. Everybody knows that you guys are from Iowa. Just, you don't know where in Iowa, but Kate never told me she was from Iowa, but now she lives in California. So, yeah. What's up, Ghostbuster Club? He says, I really wish you wouldn't call ladies a bitch. Well, I didn't mean to. I said it out of anger. I know that doesn't excuse what I did, Ghostbuster, and I apologize to Jen and Kate. I really did. Vic says, well, hey, Mr. Lantern. And then Vic says, hey, Mr. Lantern, Christmas tree, Santa Claus, and Mrs. Claus. Oh, yeah. Only a couple more weeks until Mr. and Mrs. Claus make their debut every year. Lantern says, Mama Tate, yes. I had a chat with Rebecca today, too. And Rebecca said that I was hotter. I don't get it. Rebecca said I was hotter, right, Bukaki? What's up, Bukaki, by the way? I finally saw you in the chat, buddy. I don't know if we're going to get an appearance from Visions. I don't know how Visions feels about this situation. I don't know if he's mad or if he doesn't care or if he's upset. So I haven't heard from him at all today. I don't know if he'll make a cameo in the live. I'm sure he's been watching while he works, but hope you're not too mad, Visions. I apologize to everybody. So yeah, anyway, get this, Bukaki. As a joke, I said, Lantern, let me talk to Rebecca. Rebecca comes on. I'm like, Rebecca, who's hotter, me or Vision? She's like, oh, you're hotter, Fears. I'm like, nice. I'm like, that's good. And then I said, then she was all like, but I want Visions more. I was like, really? I was like, okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Bukaki says, next time, don't mention you haven't seen anyone in 5 years. Just a tip. Yeah, I hope that didn't throw her off, Bukaki. But she said the same thing. Well, she kind of said the same thing. She goes, I haven't dated anyone in 5 years. This guy cheated on me after a 5-year relationship. And I even said to her, I said, that guy is a fool. I said, you are drop dead gorgeous. I said, you're perfect in every way. I said, I would be honored. She was making me, she had the whole package, Bukaki. She was making me laugh. She was funny. She seemed really smart. She knew her stuff. She seemed like she was educated very well. She looked quite stylish. She was rocking. Her hair was, it was perfect. It was like a perfect version of the all-American woman. And she looked kind of Midwestern. I told her I was from Missouri, and she said, oh, wow, we're both from the Midwest. I said, oh, really? I said, where are you from? She goes, well, I live and work out here. I said, me too. I said, I live and work out here too. And she's like, but you're from the Midwest. I said, I grew up in downtown St. Louis. She was like, oh, I'm close to that, but I never lived in Missouri. And I said, well, where are you from? And she was like, Michigan. I said, I've been to Michigan quite a few times with my mom and my dad. She's like, yeah, that's total Midwest. I said, that is. I said, you don't get more Midwest than Michigan and Missouri and Illinois and all that. And she's like, have you seen the Great Lakes? I said, yes, I've seen them many times. So that was pretty cool. But I appreciate the tip, my friend. Let's see. Bukaki says, well, hello, Tina. And then Lantern says, howdy, Bukaki. Howdy, Master Bukaki. Lantern, don't even go there. You know you've been timing out Bukaki more than Bukaki's been timing out you. Lantern, you are now the official timeout master. Forget about what Museum did and forget about Bukaki. Lantern, you've been timing them out for months on end, buddy. When will it end, Lantern? I don't know. Zach says I'm back. What's up, Zach? What's up? Zach says just take deep breaths in and out, Bukaki. I got a bit flustered. Well, not on me. Zach's flustered about the situation. Trust me, Zach. I am too. But I mean, I feel a lot better now. I've totally calmed down. Let's see. Biscuit says Kate's messaging her and she's mad. Well, she seemed mad. I think she's still mad, Joey, that I called her a bitch, and I feel bad. I did apologize. She heard you say you asked out another girl. Yeah, but the Joey, she shouldn't be mad about that because me and Kate are only friends. We're not officially together. Now, if we were officially together, obviously I would not ask out another woman. But it's very slim to none that I'll probably never meet Kate. You know what I'm saying? If we do, that would be great. But I have to look out for myself. If we never meet, I want to find a girl, you know? You know? But I'm definitely not a cheater, Bukaki. I haven't went out on a date or anyone's. I haven't been anyone's boyfriend to cheat on, nor would I ever cheat because I know what it feels like. So yeah. Well, thanks, Mr. Lantern. Lantern says this show is lit. Lantern's been putting his dick stick on other belly buttons too, y'all. Oh damn! The cleaning lady will be pissed, Mr. Lantern. Oh shit! Wow. That's not good, Lantern. That's not good at all. If Larry would have behaved, he wouldn't be Larry at all. I mean, that's true. That's true. But Larry, again, I'm not saying anything bad because I know Larry's watching. Larry, I don't mind that you joke around. Like, I thought it was funny last night. You were telling Santa Claus to shut up. And you're like, I'm trying to smoke cigarettes, and you were going fucking nuts on Lantern, and you're like, shut up, Santa, and you're like, oh shit, he's at my front door. And then I heard Larry say, Lantern, Fears is at my door. I was not at Larry's door, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. Lantern, I thought that was funny. So I like funny Larry, but sometimes, Bukaki, Larry takes it way too far. So yeah. What's up, Tokes? He says this comment is 34 minutes old. I'm sorry, Tokes. I had a lot to get off my chest, and Yakov starting his show at 10:30 my time. I doubt I'll get to a topic. I'm trying to catch up with everyone's comments. So yeah, what's up, Tokes? Biscuit says I'm also from California. Oh, really? Okay, so you moved to Iowa. Okay, I got you. I moved to the Midwest. I got you. Yeah, because Iowa's the Midwest, too. So, yeah. Oh, there's Kate. I think she's calmed down. She said, me and Biscuit grew up nearby each other, and we would have always been friends. It seems like you guys get along quite well, Kate. Yo, what's up, Sega? Good to see you. Tina says, I'm still not feeling good. I'm just coughing right now. Well, Tina, I hope that you and James feel well enough to come golfing with us tomorrow. We're going golfing tomorrow, guys. It's okay to tell everybody now. But Tina, get well. If you and James are still not feeling well, then I'm sure the fans will understand why you couldn't come golfing. Because, Tina, I want James to get better, so I will say a prayer. When I go to sleep tonight, Tina, I will say a prayer for you, and I will say a prayer for James. I promise. I'll say a prayer for both of you guys. All right. Let's see. The incredible impression. Larry, fears will never hold me back. He's my good friend, and I really enjoy hanging out and collaborating. Well, it seems like Larry is trolling me in the chat, and I can't see it. Larry, I never will hold any of my friends back. I want Zach to succeed. I want Dave to succeed. Tina on her channel when Tina starts putting out content. I want everybody that I'm friends with on YouTube. Tommy, Lantern, I want everybody to succeed. So, that's a lie, Larry. I'm not holding Zach back whatsoever. Oh, excuse me. I keep burping because of that soda. And I only got this because I gave blood today. So, yeah. So, anyway. So, yeah. Oh, Lord. Damn. I'm not going to read what Kate just said about Sega and me. That's private information. I heard that wearing a hat too much makes your hair fall. You know what? I've never had that problem, Tokes. I've been wearing a hat since I was 5 or 6 years old, and look, my hair is flowing. My hair is flowing. Anyway. Okay. That's right, Sega. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. I may just switch the title to I'm Sorry and Hanging Out with the Fans, because most of this was me apologizing and making things right to the best of my ability. So, yeah. There's no sense in continuing to be so hostile. Fears wants to be cool with you. I do want to be cool with Larry, but if Larry's going to keep trolling me, then I'm just going to keep him blocked, because, like, I don't deserve, like, Larry, I'm not trying to troll you, but you shouldn't have called me for months on end. I mean, that was psychotic, dude. Anyway. Let's see. Vic says, Lantern, you watching Christmas movies, y'all? I know I am, Vic. Last night I watched an oldie, but a goodie. I'm watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I doubt I'm going to get to the review today, but I'll try to get to it tomorrow. So, yeah. So, that's right, y'all. Trust me, Larry. Give it a chance. You'll find that forgiving and forgetting is much easier than continuing on. I don't want to fight with Larry anymore. I really, really don't. So, yeah. Again, excuse me. I don't think I deserve to get a phone call from Larry for 5.5 months, or however many months it was, Larry. I'm guessing 5.5 months. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to end with one topic. I have just enough time for one topic. So, yeah. All right. Well, Bukaki, if Visions is upset, tell him I'm sorry. Maybe he was just busy. Maybe he was working. I have no idea. I'm still going to buy some stuff from his website for the Christmas unboxing. So, yeah. And I hope that Larry can get over what he's getting over or whatever. But if he's going to continually to harass me, I'm just going to keep him blocked. Because I'm sick and tired of arguing with Larry. All right. So, I think I'm going to do... I'm going to review the blood drive. It was a lot of fun, and they said each pint of blood helps 3 people. So, let's see, what's it called? One Blood. So, if you want to donate blood, and if you want to donate money to One Blood, it's oneblood.org on online. So you can donate blood, you can send money, all that stuff. So One Blood review. Visions was at my live, so I think he's just busy because Visions seemed perfectly normal at my live that I did at the blood donation center. So One Blood review. Very nice people. So very nice people. The doctors, very nice people. 2 doctors. It only took about 10, 15 minutes, so 10 to 15 minutes. 1 pint per person. Trust me, if I could have gave more than 1 pint of blood, I would have. And they said you can only, so one pint of blood. So now I can't donate blood until another 56 days because they said you can donate blood every 56 days. So every 56 days to donate blood. I donate blood. I try to do it at least 3 times a year. Other years I've done it 5 times, but this year I only did it twice. I did it once around Easter, and then I did it once around Christmas time. So next year, I hopefully to do it more. So donated twice this year. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes. Let's see here. There was a bunch of people in there already giving blood, so a bunch of people giving blood. I asked them how many times a day do you guys try to give blood? And they said, we always try to aim for at least 10 people a day That's 10 pints of blood. They said, I said, well, one of my shows, we've had 20 people. You're the 21st person. So I was the 21st person today to give blood. So 21 donations of blood today. Of blood. Visions asked for a sample. He goes, Fierce, can you get me some blood? I tried. I tried to get Visions some blood. I said, can you just put it in a little vial so I can mail it to my friend Visions? They weren't having it. I tried to get some hair for Seamus. They weren't having that. So, sorry, Visions. Sorry, Seamus. So, no hair for Seamus. No blood for Visions. I tried. The whole review, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. They were very nice people. Very nice people. So 9 out of 10. Alright. Well, that about sums it up for the stream today. I promise you tomorrow's stream will be a lot better. But I had to make this right, and I hope, Pixel, I hope you watch this, or I hope somebody will let him know that I apologize first. Pixel, whenever you're ready to talk, you can unblock me on Instagram, you can unblock me on Discord, and I hope we can talk alone, buddy, and I hope we can put all this crap behind us, because I really want to get it fixed as quickly as possible, but you take your time, Pixel, and you let me know when you're ready to talk. I'm ready to talk too. I'm just going to finish up reading the chat, and then I'm out of here, because it's almost 9:30. It's almost time for Yakovich. I won't be in the show, but I will be in the chat while I'm editing. So, yeah. And I will save the reviews for tomorrow. Oh, shit. I'm tired. Let's see here. Vic says you got to watch some Scrooge. Oh, I already have, Vic. Before I unblocked you, I watched Alistair Sims' A Christmas Carol. I already reviewed that. And a few days ago, I watched A Christmas Carol, Jim Carrey version, so I'm going to be reviewing this tomorrow. And I'm going to be reviewing this because this is my brand new steelbook of Ghostbusters. I didn't rewatch the movies, except for Ghostbusters 2, because there's brand new Ghostbusters 2 commentary, so I'm going to review that. But I'm going to review the actual steelbook because there's about 2 to 3 more hours worth of old bonus features and new bonus features that I've never seen. So, hell yeah. So, I'll be reviewing this tomorrow. Whew. There we are. All right, but I've got many versions of Scrooge, Vic, so I will try to watch them all. I also got to get on some Silent Night, Deadly Night, those horror movies. Got to watch some Black Christmas. Oh yeah. So yeah. Hey Fears, I need to get to bed in a few minutes. I have to be up early and prepare for mini golf. Prepare to lose $20. Hey Zach, up your ass. You're gonna give me $20, motherfucker. Zach thinks he's actually gonna get $20. False. Zach lies. Fucking lies, Zach. You're going to give me $20. Yeah. Now we're talking. Yes, that's right, Zach. I brought it. Anyway. Oh, what's up, Jen? Jen, I don't know if you saw, but Jen, I apologize to everybody that I thought needed an apology. I apologize to you and Kate for calling you a bitch. Jen, I hope you rewind it and watch my actual apology. But I'll say it right now, Jen, since you're in the chat. I am so sorry for calling you a bitch, and I'm so sorry for calling Kate a bitch. And from the bottom of my heart, I really am sorry, and I took it too far, and I didn't mean to get you and Kate and Yak and everybody else in the crossfire because me and Pixel were going at each other. So I apologize, Jen. I really am. So, yeah. Let's see. Jen says, I've been listening but scared to chat until the apology was over. Okay, well, I'm glad you heard the apology. I really am. I really am. Joey says, hi, Tina. Hi, Jen. Let's see. Hey, Kay, I need to talk to you tomorrow night. You should have told them you have 8 pints of blood in your body because you're stronger than normal. No, yeah, exactly, Tokes. Let's see. BPM says, Fears, I wouldn't have risked donating blood till Exhumed Visions removes the hex. Well, I asked Vision. I said, Visions, I said, he's making me a shirt right now of the Mr. Lantern poster on the shirt. I said, Visions, if I wear this shirt, will the hex be over? And I'm thinking that this hex has caused all this crap. And he said, possibly, Fears, if you wear the shirt. So I'm going to hang up a little version of the poster, and I'm going to wear that shirt. So, and hopefully I get some street cred on donating blood, because Vision saw me. He was in the live. But I always donate every year, BPM. You know how you always said you go to animal shelters and spend times with abused dogs and stuff? Which I thought that was cool that you did that, BPM. I always donate blood every year, and I always donate to the toy drive. And I need to go out soon to Walmart. I'm going to give all the kids all the old Legos that I don't want anymore, and then I'm going to give, and then I'm going to buy, so I'm going to give them all the old Legos I don't want anymore, and I'm going to buy maybe 5 to 10 more sets. So total, the kids are probably going to get anywhere from 10 to 15 new Lego shit. So that'll keep them busy for quite a long time. So yeah. And I'll probably live stream and let you guys know which ones I'm going to pick out for the toy drive. And then I always vlog me going in and putting the toys in the... They have a little basket that says toy drive in the front office where I usually pay my rent. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Oh yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to take off. If I missed any of your guys' comments, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Ugh. So yeah. Jen says, your sorry was fun, but you kept saying you called us... Well, I didn't... You know what I meant, though, Jen. I said, I'm sorry for calling you that. I should have just said that. I'm sorry. But I didn't call you a bitch, you know. I said, I'm sorry for calling you that name. So you got... I hope you and Kate can accept my apology. So I meant it. I meant everything I said tonight. It was from the heart. I know not all the trolls are going to accept my apology, because they never believe a damn word I say, and they're going to troll me no matter what. But for all the people that love and care about me and love my content, I hope you guys believe how sincere I was. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, God, I'm tired. Anyway, let's see here. Visions captured some sweet moments of you donating. I would have missed it otherwise. Oh yeah, he wanted some blood, man. I don't know. Did Visions want more blood for the hex? No. I hope not. I don't think he's mad because he seemed very happy in the donation blood live stream. So sometimes he just likes to work in peace and then just listen. So Visions, if you're watching, I tried to get the blood. They weren't having it. They were like 0 blood, and I was like, all right. I tried though. Anyway. God, I'm tired. A shower awaits. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so tired. I got plenty of sleep today. Fucking hell. Ugh. Well, I really will try not to call you that word again, Jen, and I will really try not to say God, you know what, again. So I'm very, very sorry. Anyway, I think it's time to cut the stream off because I got 2 minutes. So I don't want to impede on Yakov's time. I'm ending it, Tokes. Don't worry. Listen, I had a lot to say. Today, and I had to get it all in. Anyway. No, it wasn't orange juice, Vic. Well, they said, do you want orange juice? They said, we got orange juice. They said, we got apple juice. I opted for apple juice, and I got a cookie. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm taking off. Oh, someone delivered a pizza the last waking moment. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Fears Vlogs. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to FearsMan26. Subscribe to Fangirl Kate. Subscribe to The Incredible Impression. Subscribe to Tommy NC2010. And subscribe to Fears. And this is Fears signing off. One last pizza delivery. Rad. All right, this is Fears signing off. Peace, deuces. I'll see you guys later.